Caribou has a crew with a whole bunch of dudes and a couple really cool chicks. Come here to learn, come here to teach. Mostly we come to pull
I don't know,
shit.
GB. I thought you were doing pretty good when you were singing it before we started there, brother.
All play a part.
We'd be able to give Lobster a run for his money.
This game.
I'm getting there.
Hard, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain.
Don't make me mute you, Karen.
A bunch of dudes and a couple dang dab hits. Laughing along, getting real stoned. Don't forget, dear Uncle Rick. Caribou Hawk, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Caribou Hawk, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey. Welcome Friday night.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. How's beautiful day. Everybody's smiling. Great time.
Must be the end of the week. Holy
It
crap.
must be. It feels like the end of the week. I was looking forward to this one, and like it was great. I got to pick the girlfriend up about an hour ago, which means I don't have to go anywhere during the show, which means I should get to hang out with you guys all night long. The girlfriend even fucked off downstairs to hang out with the stepdaughter. So it's just like, it's
awesome.
It'd be great. She said, have a great show, do your thing. So fuck yeah. So let's get effed up.
Here.
Probably think about starting that off with the dab frog. If I can't get that.
I heard that we have tomorrow off, so I can celebrate this weekend you all talk about.
Prophet, your non-bullet in the
I'm gonna
gun
get
in
there.
the.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Okay,
And
thank you.
Okay.
And hey, since it's Friday night, do you think maybe we can get a little night bedtime story out of you?
I'll see what I can dig up.
So I've got a couple of really cool books. God, I thought you did. I've got a couple really good books that I'm gonna bring on the show next time.
Okay.
You guys will
Okay.
enjoy them. So they are children's books about cannabis, and the owner of the store that I work at, his mother-in-law wrote them, and there's like one for 1 to 5, there's one for 5 to 12, and then there's like a teenager one, and they're really, really cool, and they need to be seen.
I can't
Absolutely.
wait
Hey,
till we
that
earn our
sounds-
way up to the teenager one. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, no, that'd
You
be
gotta start from
great.
the earliest.
Yeah, they're super cool. I keep meaning to grab a copy of each one so I can show you guys, and I keep forgetting.
Well, that sounds like it's right up our alley. Hey, it's about cannabis, and hey, everybody on this screen just kind of looks like a bunch of overgrown children, don't we? So
I've been adulting lately, all right?
You have been. Congratulations.
Thanks. I feel all productive and stuff, but hey, it's not gonna last.
So I'm really rough today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I probably look a lot better than what I feel, but RSO has not been working for me lately. So I've basically said I need to stop for like a week or two and get my tolerance down again. And I'm not gonna lie, the last 2 nights were really fucking rough. I was like a walking zombie today. I wanted to leave work at like 12. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Oh,
If
so
you
you
want,
have
what you can do is like find whatever cannabis you were using and what it was heavy in and kind of separate those out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you know how people call it strain lock. I think people are getting real overly, used to these type of terpenes and stuff like that. So if you're able to break up these terpenes throughout the week, I think you'd be able to still get much more therapeutic instead of just being like, damn, I just spent $100 on this shit. I'm not medicated.
So what it is I'm up to, I have to take at least a half a gram for it to even work. and then I'm not waking up in the fucking morning. So I've been late for work, like no joke. I'm never late for work, and I've been late for work like every day for like a month. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I'm like, something has to go. I have to figure this out.
Are you the manager now?
I am. So I'm there before everybody, so they don't know I've been late.
Okay. Okay.
Well, they
Okay.
might know
They do
now.
Yeah, you just routed yourself in.
I did. I read. I don't care.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
let's figure this thing out, Green Goddess. So you're taking up to half a gram a day now, but
Yeah.
now and you have found up until now it's been a very effective to help you sleeping with your
Yes.
sleep. Now it's working too good. Is that what you're?
I think so. I don't know why, but like it used to kick in for me after about 45 minutes, which is quick, but I think it's my metabolism is just quick, so it works quicker. But now all of a sudden it's taking a lot longer.
To
So-
kick in.
Have you eaten before you take it?
I do eat before I take it. Yeah, like I can't pinpoint why
Try
this
boofing
is
it.
happening, but my only solution at this point is to just try to get my tolerance back down, because by the time it kicks in, like, yeah, I'm just struggling to wake up in the morning. Like, I'm hitting snooze like 10 times, and then there's no more snoozes, and
Have
I
you tried like the nano THC that they put in like drinks and stuff like that? Does that help at all? 'Cause
I
kinda
never tried it
activates
yet.
differently, you know?
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
we don't carry that in our store yet. So I would have to go to a government store. But yeah, I might try it.
Yeah. I just think
Well,
there's
big
like
breaks to this.
saturation of them, you know, but I think there's like other ones that aren't as saturated. I just think it's whatever you're heavily using at that time. Of course, like you'll have an overall, you know, build up and everything, tolerance to it. But I do
And I
believe
think
that.
you're right, because
Yeah.
we use the same few strains to make the RSO. So I probably am just like
It's all the same terpenes, just different ways of using them. You know what I mean? And so you
totally-
are getting kind of different effects from them because they're probably being volatilized at different temperatures and whatever method you're using them in and stuff like that. So
No, you're so right about that.
Are you taking your RSO at a rough approximately
me, son.
the same time every
Every
night?
time.
Yeah.
Could you maybe try taking a little bit earlier?
Yeah, so I've thought about this. Okay, so on what day was it? I can't remember what day it was, but I didn't wake up to my alarm, and I was like, do I want to get up and rush around, or do I want to just call in? And I was like, I'm calling in. So I called in, and I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I'm tired kind of already, but I'm awake now. I've had a coffee. So I'm going to take the RSO during the day, time how long it takes to feel it, and then time how long it takes to get tired from it. I would have to take it at like 7 o'clock at night, which is not horrible, but like if I end up having to like go out for one of the kids or something, I can't do that at that point. So that won't really work either.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But one thing I did notice is like I took an edible instead, like a gummy. I forget what day. But even though the milligrams was way less than the RSO I'm taking, I actually did get a good sleep. So I also thought about maybe just switching between. So like doing just some gummies for a week or two and then
Yeah.
switch back to the RSO.
Yeah. That could definitely work. Eh?
Yeah.
That
Because
could
I
work.
like it and I like sleep.
Yeah. I'm still. I took all my RSO, put it into 1 milliliter
Syringes.
syringes. Thank you. And now just remind me, please, a 1 milliliter syringe is equal to about 600 milligrams of RSO.
A
What is
1
the-
mil syringe is
Yeah.
equivalent to 600
Mil-
what?
milligrams of RSO? Let me ask another way. How much RSO is in a 1 milliliter syringe?
So I know people ask this all the time.
1,000 milligrams.
But it can't really work like that because some RSO is stronger than others too, right? So you have to
Depending on percentage.
say
There's
what it
1,000 milligrams of weight. How much of that weight is THC is depending on the percentage.
And no, and you know what?
60% RSO,
yeah,
then it'd be
there's so
600
many
milligrams.
different variations to be able to get an exact like ratio
And,
like that,
and,
right?
and it's obviously not a fair question because one is a measurement of weight and one is a measurement of liquid. So it's not
Exactly.
really a fair. Let me
That's
just
like
back
somebody
up.
asking how many grams are in this 500 milligram edible. Like you can say how many grams you used in it, but it doesn't mean that like, you know, you just ate something that's 10 grams or whatever, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really work that way.
No, you're right. I've just yeah. So I put all my RSO into the I'm gonna go grab them. They look kind of cool. Into all the syringes. I got about 25 of them, and
it'd
so
probably be
I've-
like somewhere between 600 and 800 milligrams, depending on the potency of the oil.
I guess so. Okay. So I took one. I'm still trying to dial in my dosage. So I took about half a syringe, and down that, and that was about 8:30 at night, and I went to bed. I slept until 6 o'clock the next morning. I haven't slept. I don't think I've slept that long in my life.
Yeah.
It was
I love it.
Oh, and I have to confess, a little bit dizzy when I wake up, and a little, take me a minute to get going. But when I just think back to the sleep that I just had, I got up at 2 o'clock to have a squirt, and I was kind of bouncing off the walls to find my way to the bathroom. But right back to bed, and it was great. It was great.
I've done that before where like I've woken up and I've been like, I have to go to the bathroom, but then I'm so dizzy that I'm like, no, I'm holding it.
I just wet the bed. I'm not gonna.
Uncle Rick, you don't have the bottle next to it? Every man has a bottle next to the bed.
Oh my God.
No, I
Yes,
just wear a diaper, man. Come on. I'll be right back.
Isn't that a sight to behold? Uncle Rick walking to the fucking bathroom in the morning with the soggy diaper riding low, just like you've all seen your toddlers doing.
That's too funny.
So, G-Bay, I haven't talked to you in a little bit, buddy. What's new with you?
So I've been just killing it at work, doing 60-hour weeks. So
Nice.
I've been kind of tucked away in that life there, just welding away, saving
yeah,
up for starting my own gig there. I'm going to try to. So that's taking a lot of my dedication right now.
Right on, man. It's glad to hear you trying to do well for yourselves and to do things like that. How you feeling? Well, I think last we heard from you, you'd taken quite a spill from your dogs taking you for a ride there.
Oh yeah, fuck my hip. Yeah, it's all good now, but yeah, what a day that was. That was awesome. Go to meet a buddy and my dog just yanked me fucking right underneath. Yeah, all healed up now.
Raider, good to see you, my friend. On the road to
Yeah, sorry,
recovery.
chat.
buddy.
My computer. I don't have my computer with me, so I can't be in chat right now. So
Yeah,
I'm just-
Raider.
I'm
Oh
just dying.
shit! Fuck, I forgot about chat. Forgot about YouTube. Holy Jesus!
Hi, Vader. Hi, chat.
Yeah, Uncle
Hey,
Rick,
Dave,
even I've been
hello.
into the YouTube live chat before you today. That's
I'm
pretty.
not.
Holy
Once
shit.
you're trying to do some sort of intro and then fucking kind of forget that the chat's even going until someone brings it up. And I'm like, oh yeah, we got all these kick-ass people hanging out with us.
Well,
Right
that's right.
I know it
Yeah.
sucks.
I tried to actually have YouTube together with this on one screen, so I didn't have to try to play with both my phone and shit. But
Let's see.
That's
who
when
we got
my
hanging-
my computer shit the bed. So
Let's see who we got hanging out. Just off the bat, I see Thunder Dan hanging out. Cheers, brother. Stoney's in there. Steelbird.
Stoney.
Lobster.
Detroit River Rat.
Lobster. Yeah.
See Kingfisher's in there. High and tight. Green
Outrage.
Goat. Detroit River Rat. We got Aldridge is in there.
Absolutely.
Solid group of motherfuckers in my
And I
opinion.
popped
Here's
out
a-
that chat.
Hey, you
Got
want to
me
know what
live.
Fluff got over here this way to me? Pretty awesome. That guy is pretty awesome.
Who?
Who's that?
He gave me a sack of dirt. Old Fluffs.
Oh, Fluff.
He gave
Yeah.
me a sack of dirt, man. He sent
Merry
me a
Christmas.
sack of dirt.
All
But nah,
right.
he sent me some worms.
That's a hex bag, dude.
Yeah, he's just got an old Crown Royal bag and filled them up with some worms and stuff like that. So now I can get my compost going back again, my permaculture.
So he
So-
really wasn't kidding when he said he had him in a Crown Royal bag.
He wasn't kidding. And you know what? They came through great. I mean, they're not happy, but they're not angry. I mean, they look pretty good.
Are they ready for their feeding of bleach?
Fluff will drive up there and whoop your ass if you do that, I think.
I might just do
Have you
that.
given them names yet there, DP?
names?
Have you
No.
given them names?
Not
No?
yet. They haven't gotten to their final home.
The shortest one would be named DP.
They're like their ranking could change between them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see how they react when they get out into the natural environment. See how they react, and that way I can name them accordingly. You know what I mean? Sleepy. That's Rambo over there. You got fucking.
No, it's only fair to, give some thought to their names. So
You got Dumpy over there. He just keeps spinning around in circles.
You got DP over there taking dabs.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's the one that's trying to be like up the highest to catch the fucking contact high of your house.
Cheers, everyone. Friday night. Whoop, whoop. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
tomorrow we got some sort of event. I got to figure out more about it. So I have no information on it whatsoever. There's an event in Saturday in Chicago, some sort of cannabis event. Johnny and 311, I believe, are going. I'm going to try to get down there myself. I got Uncle Rick and I have Mr. Westport's show tomorrow night as well. So I got to be able to get back and get to that. And I got
Time's
my
that
new
on?
it's 2:00 Pacific, so that would be 5:00 Eastern. But you're in Central Time, aren't you, DP?
Yeah, I'm just in between all the other ones. I don't know what they call it. I lost count a long time ago.
I think there's a mountain in there too, so just to fuck you up.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
sure
sure-
it's 2:00 Pacific.
And what's the name of that show?
It's the Perfectly Imperfect Grow Show or something to that effect.
I'll tell you what, shout out to Mr. 12 and 12 again. Find him on IG. He hooked up some gnarly flower. Gave me some nice wax and stuff too. But man, for the area, that stuff is phenomenal. I hate getting it out because my camera won't do justice, but we'll try real quick.
Stony is also going to that event that you were just talking about.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, then I'm going to bring that HLG down there, Stony.
So
And
I got a
this
quick
stuff
question.
Pink runts right here. This shit is, it smells great, smokes great. I bet it fucks great too if you're into fucking weed. I bet this thing fucks great.
When I left, I heard Uncle Rick through chat. Uncle Rick's a squirter. What did I miss?
That I'm what?
A squirter.
No. Okay.
That's what chat was
Okay.
telling me.
I promise I'll never use that terminology again, okay?
I was like, wow, what a time to actually get booted off. So the rumors are true. My mother's been telling me about you.
I don't squirt. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't
what is
know.
it,
That's
more-
kind of just has the look of
Is it
somebody who
dust?
just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and wants to change the subject.
He's like, I don't squirt.
So,
I'm
so
too
moving
old.
on,
It's dust.
moving on. I
He
really,
has bad water.
I got good news and I got good news and bad. We got feedback going on here or what's going on? I think it might be DP. Is DP at work?
I think that was just your headphones acting up on you. I don't think anybody else.
I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about?
It could be easily. So anyway, the good news is my fan finally showed up. Bad news is, God, I'm scratching my head here going, how the hell am I gonna hook this up? So I'm hoping the panel and chat can give me some advice and opinions here. So
Plug
what
it
I'm
in the
gonna-
wall.
you know what? Yeah. Okay. Well, then thanks, Prophet. I guess I don't have to go any further than that. No, it's overwhelming me, quite frankly, because I've never done a tent before. I don't have a clue how I'm going to set up this thing here, but let
I'm
me.
gonna pay really close attention because I have mine sitting right down here, and I also don't have it hooked up yet.
So what's
It's
your
easy. Hand
concern,
toolbar, plug it
man?
in. There you
Yeah,
go.
what's your
Put the
concern?
screw through the thing.
Okay, my concern is what I'm going to do. What I want to do, I'm going to check out. I'm going to check out from here right now and go on to this phone here so
Okay.
I can show you a little bit better what I'm talking about here, and then I'll turn my phone off. That's off. My earphones off.
Nah, that's a fancy stick you got there, buddy.
Thank God. I thought he'd never fucking leave.
Right?
Bryce, always with the questions with this guy.
I know, right? The hand. What's with the hand? Like Harry Palms? Is that what he's
I don't know.
trying to show us? Or
The fact that he shaves them every day and you can't see the hair, maybe.
yeah. Look, guys.
That's a way nicer picture, Prophet. I don't like the fucking gun to your head one. I'm sorry. It's a cool pic on its own. When it's on your head, I don't like it.
Sorry, I can't please everybody all the time. That's my
No,
wife.
You can't. You can't.
I think that's Prophet's thing, though, is he's got to piss off at least 3 people at all times.
Not pissed off, but make him a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Well,
that
here's-
makes me uncomfortable.
Here's Uncle Rick in the waiting room. Should we let
I
him
mean-
in, or should we just sit here and talk shit about him for a bit while he kind of sits here?
I think it's
I'd
sit
let
there a
him
minute, you know.
Let him sit there. I think I can send him a message, ask him for the secret password or whatever. That might confuse the shit out of him, eh? Because I don't
Squirt,
think he
hey,
can
it's
actually type
Squirter.
anything back.
Tell him it's like it's Squirter.
Tara, how are you today?
I'm doing very good, thank you. Nice to
Awesome.
see you, everybody.
Hey, Tara Love.
You?
Hi. Yeah, doing really good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can't
Uncle
complain.
Rick, hold that thing a little bit farther. You're scaring the folks, eh?
Okay,
see your brain, man.
I gotta turn this puppy around there. There. Is that okay? That's better. You don't have to look at that.
Little spotlight
face.
this, actually.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So I got the fan. That's the good news. I'm gonna turn this light down a bit so it's not quite so blinding. But
It's all right.
anyway, is it okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your camera will adjust.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. Up here, I've got there's one outlet. There's another outlet, and here's another outlet here. But there's also an outlet up in the ceiling, up in the roof here. So if I want to mount this fan inside here, at first I thought I would use this as the outlet, and I could mount the fan up on this bar here, but all my lighting's in the way here. So so now I'm looking at maybe can I mount the fan on, in that corner over there, and maybe use these 2 bars here to mount the fan. And
Yes,
then
absolutely.
Any hole you stick that fan in will be strong enough to suck all the heat out of.
Yeah, Rick, I have my fan hooked up in kind of a similar fashion. The way it sits right now is I have an 8-inch AC Infinity and carbon filter sitting inside my tent, and it's sitting against the far side of the one up top and then draws out the top. And it's hanging on 2 crossbars that are similar to the ones that you're pointing out there, just like that.
Okay. So that's what I think I'm going to do is I'll mount the fan on these 2 things here, and then I can use some. I've got some insulated ducting that I can bring up through that outlet, and then I'll outlet through the top. Okay, that sounds good. Now, what else I've been thinking about too, because I got this insulated ducting, but I got more than I needed. And so I thought what I'm going to do is maybe hook it up to one of these bottom things here, and then put another fan either just outside blowing in, and then I can run that insulated ducting along the bottom so that I'm not worried about again light leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, while we're here though, so anyway, so I got my hands full to get all this done. But while we're here, I just wanted to take a closer look at some of these plants. Like this one here is really getting yellowy on me, and that's the GG4. This one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gave it a good hit of recharge and some more nitrogen, extra nitrogen. It's ironic. Well, it's not ironic. I guess every strain does its own thing, but they're getting the same food. But this is so nice and lush and green, yet this one looks so yellow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But anyway, other than that, I put my scrog in, and I'm fairly happy with the way the canopy is evening out. I'm going to have to, take some of these down a bit more. This one here, maybe that one over there, something in the corner. But yeah, so within the next 48 hours, I'm hoping that we'll finally be into flower. So.
Great on.
Anyway, okay. Well, thanks for your. I think that's the best. That's the best bet is to install it right over there. Yeah, right up there.
Yeah, I think you'll. Yeah, I see no issues with that. I think you'll. It's fairly simple setup to be able to do as well.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. That's what we're here for. Absolutely.
Uncle Rick, what's the height of your tent again?
Oh, I think he's already checked out.
Oh shit.
He'll be coming back in here any second though. Back in on his computer.
Does anybody remember or no? I think it's
probably a 6-foot tent. That seems to be about the standard. You'll have some that are 5 feet.
I think for some reason it's smaller.
It
Yeah,
could be
he's
a
just
5
short. That's why it looks a little taller.
He's 4 feet. The tent is 5.
Yeah.
That's kind of, one of those times where we're like joking, oh, thank God he's gone. I thought he'd never leave. That's what I wish he didn't actually leave, because I was having fun doing the tent tour thing with him personally. Kind of shit's always enjoyable.
The reason why I'm asking the size is because my plants have all of a sudden gotten like a lot taller, like they're growing tall really quick. And I'm getting paranoid that they're going to get too tall, but like, I'm not ready to flip them yet.
Remember, you can always cut them back.
Yeah, I know. Somebody was telling
But didn't you say you were to try and avoid that though? Did I hear? Was that you?
Well, what I'm going to try to do is just let them go. And then if they start looking like they're getting too crazy, I might, like, I have been pinching them and kind of training them a little bit so that if that happens, I can kind of weave them through the fucking shit that I put in there.
Yeah.
But then somebody else was like, don't weave them. Like, why not?
Well,
Anybody have an answer to that?
well, to don't leave them would be, I don't know. Me personally, I've gotten into taking the clones for the top and letting it push out the rest of everything else down below and
Yeah.
watching that spread out. And so if you kind of let your plants in your tent or whatever your growing environment is go kind of a little bit chaos for a little bit, and then you just, when it's time to cut them back, and just snip, but then you'll have, you know, in my experience, it's a big flat even plane. And if you do that a few days, or even better be like a week before you flip, so everything has a chance to stress out, especially if you do a big mass cutting on them, then you're starting off your flip right about there. Just watch for your nodes, make your cuts that's appropriate, you know.
Okay. I think it's just because I've never grown in a tent before. So when I grow outside, I can just fucking let them go as tall as they need to go. So now I'm just like, okay, I got to really think about what I'm doing here, because they are going to get tall, right?
Yeah.
Uncle,
Oh yeah.
what's the height of your tent, if you don't mind me asking?
80 inches.
Oh shit, that's pretty big then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like a ceiling is 96, 8 feet. So that's
Okay,
80.
so then it is probably six feet or whatever.
6 feet is 72. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so-
So 6.5
fuck,
feet.
okay.
That's pretty fucking sweet, man. The one, my big bloom tent is 6 feet tall, the 4x4, and it's that extra 6 inches would actually, I could do a fair bit, I think, looking at that. Or on the other end of the spectrum, my little veg tent, my AC Infinity, it's only 5 feet tall, which is great if that's all you're doing is vegging in there and then flipping everything when it gets to be about a foot tall or whatever. But as everything stretches up, it's that's how I burnt my my Spider Girl and that Lemonberry. Was it just during the stretch during the flip? And one of the problems we were, because our 4x4 takes out too much of a footprint out from the wall, so we wanted to go to 2 4x4s, and so you could just have them kind of each like that in the corner, take less of a footprint out of the room. But the AC Infinities that we were looking at, I'm pretty sure their 2x4s are only 5 feet tall. And I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid, because I'm running cannons. So that's at least a foot of space that takes right there.
Yeah, for some reason I thought, Uncle Rick, your tent was smaller. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty big tent. Yeah.
Not much. of
By the
Uncle
way,
Rick,
by the
small,
way,
but I was
what's
just
that?
saying that you and small things don't go together very well. You know?
No. Well, you can. My ex-wives would probably disagree with you there, but yeah. Anyway, what was that? Oh, yeah. By the way, Green Goddess, that's something else that you want to consider when you're considering a light is again, how far away from the canopy does that particular manufacturer recommend that you stay within? And what you'll find is that in many cases, a lot of these bar type of LED lights, they allow you to get a little bit closer because they're displacing all of the light and the heat in a different direction. So you're allowed to bring your lights closer to the canopy. So something to
Right.
keep
I
in mind.
have been looking at the charts and looking at the distance and you know how the light's going and all of that. Yeah, it's tough picking a light, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's good ones, but like to get exactly what you want within your budget, you know, it is a little complicated. Like
Yeah. So what you have to do, you have to start doing that math and calculate, okay, how tall is my tent? How big are my containers? how far am I allowed to have the light from the canopy?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much going to dictate. Now you can do some low stress training and bend the branches down and so on, but that pretty much is going to dictate how big your plant is going to be. And so say, let's try to keep it simple. Let's say if you have a 4-foot space that you're working with, 1 foot is devoted to the container, 1 foot is devoted to the light. That leaves 2 feet in the middle. So, and if you are going to, well, yeah, I haven't even calculated for the space between your canopy, but the most important thing is that before you decide to flip to flower, you should consider that plant could all just about double in size. So
yes, I've been asking people, I'm like, how much is it going to grow? And that's what people are saying. They're saying prepare for triple, but usually double.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely
correct?
double. Definitely double.
Yeah, see, that's what's freaking
And a
me
more
out. Look at
sativa
the size
strain, you may
now,
actually
and
get
I'm
more
like,
of a stretch from. So, it depends on what plant you got. Like those high sativa ones will give you more of a stretch.
yeah, so the Jilly Bean is the tallest one right now. And then it would have been Blue Dream, but I ended up topping it when I was doing some low stress training. So
not very low stressful. Okay.
yeah, no, I stressed the fuck out of that one. So that's okay.
With his arm sitting in your hand, I guess you stressed them out.
Yeah, so that one got topped when I didn't mean to, but that's okay.
I noticed a comment from Thunder Dan earlier when I was looking at some deficiency in the plant, and he suggested, and I'm assuming he was Thunder Dan, you were referring to my plants there, that maybe it's they could be root bound, and maybe they need to be up potted, and that is a possibility, definitely. I know they're going through some stress because the branches are really purple.
Yeah, if they're purple, I mean, you could have a slight deficiency, but usually it's probably a good sign that you're getting root bound.
Yeah.
Especially if you can tell by looking at the plant that you're probably about time to move out.
Yeah. Now, Caribou, that particular plant, that's the freak show we're looking at there.
Yeah, this is a
That-
freak show.
Yeah, wow, that's really looking cool.
Oh, it's got a bit of a glare coming off the lights, but here's those leaves. Everybody's starting to like. Just little nugs. It's not going to be much of a producer, but and then again, it's also growing in a 2-gallon pot. It wasn't really ever meant to be a high production thing. It was just so that the girlfriend would let me grow cannabis in the apartment.
And is there much smell coming off that?
Well, let's give it a whiff. Very fruity.
Yeah.
It seems like almost everything I have in this tent, except for the Jack the Ripper, has almost a grapey, fruity smell. But then again, I've also got 2 different phenos of Grape Ape, 2 different phenos of Grape Diamond. The Gorilla Glue 4 kind of has a similar smell mixed in with a few different things in there. And then whereas like the Jack the Ripper's more of like a lemony type smell. Oh, I don't need to be looking at me anymore. Sorry. But it's yeah, this is.
I want to decorate my yard with them, dude.
Looking at that plant, I'd be surprised if I even get a ½ ounce off it. It'll probably be more like a quarter. But it was a pet project. And once I have more space to actually play around with them, I will maybe do outdoors in plain sight, kind of like we've talked about a million times before. Exciting. And I got that purple kush I'm looking at in the tent right now too. It's just like Right, when we were looking in your tent, Rick, where you point out that Gorilla Glue and how it's looking different. It's a little bit opposite this the purple Kush I'm looking at. Fuck, I might as well grab it. So instead of everything turning like yellow and stuff, starting to fade as you'd expect in week 6-ish on. How do I spot that? This one is just still dark as fuck and wanting to go now. Not crazy lane, but you guys can kind of see the darkness in there, eh?
Yeah.
Still got some white hairs too, ain't
Yeah. And it's actually, this is like just actually a really beautiful plant when you sit there and look at it.
Oh, there you
The
go.
white hairs and the orange, they just go together so well.
What is that?
This is so it's apparently it's a purple Kush.
Nice.
Definitely very, very purple. Doesn't smell very cushy. Is that might be more lemony. Hard to point that or pinpoint that one. But this is just, it's so dark and shiny and just no signs of starting to fade on the out with the nitrogen. And this is one of those plants where you talk about like how they like to feed at different rates. This one's kind of a mid-level feeder right there, right? Like it doesn't go super crazy, but you do got to pay attention to it. You can't just throw it in the back corner of the tent and forget about it like you can with some of the other ones. So it's but it's, yeah, just, and it seemed like hard to clone. None of the clones took the original time around. So just the other day, when I was cutting clones of the stuff I was about to flip, I took a bunch of cuttings off of this and tried to re-veg them, and we'll see how that goes because I don't want to lose this. Even once I cut this, I'll probably still try and re-veg it unless I got some good looking re-vegging going on those clones where I'm like, yeah, okay, this one's taken for sure. Because that, if that was the case, I could just kind of throw this one in one of those spare nooks and crannies that we found in this house. And if you're just re-vegging it, just fucking leave it there for months. Let it do its thing. Add water to the butt chuck tray once a week or whatever, and you'll be good. So we'll see.
Wrong. Have you added microbes to your feeding regime recently?
No.
No.
Here's, so I don't know what to do, where to go with this. I've typically been a microbes person, and now that I'm doing salts, I want to continue down that lane. But when I was towards the end of fighting with the fungus gnats, I tried just stopped doing all the microbials, stopped brewing teas and all that stuff, and now I'm kind of, I've gotten out of the routine, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I'm a very routine based person. The ADD kind of makes me very tunnel visionish, and if it's right in front of me and I'm used to doing it day in, day out, then I'll continue to do that. But once something falls out of routine, it slips out of the tunnel vision kind of thing. And then, so I want to kind of get back into that and just see it, because the Synganics idea. But then again, here's my another problem. Well, microbe teas would be a good idea. What I was just about to try and say is I've got a bunch of other like the additive bottles that come with this nutrient line. And I liked what they do with plants, and because you don't need all of them, but they all do something different, right? And you can watch and see, take plus minus this and that bottle, watch how they work. With the butt chugging system, some of that stuff is very heavy, and it falls out of solution within minutes. So you're not using that anymore. I like the one product I've mentioned a few times, the Black Storm. It's either humic or fulvic acid. I can't remember which one it is. And it's within minutes it falls out. So that's just going to sit there and collect in the bottom of your butt chugging tray. So I'm thinking I'd like to get, anyways, so what I was going to say is I'd like to get back to the microbes so I can start replacing some of the stuff that Because right now I'm just using the 3 parts in solution and then the CalMag bottle. Because I found with the butt chugging, it's like I said, everything else falls out. So
I need
I
to get
feel
me
like
some,
everybody's getting really confused listening to me there.
No, not at all. I was thinking
no.
about the fact that I need some actual bloom microbes. You know, I've been thinking about that for like the last week. I should probably do it, but I definitely need some bloom microbes.
Like Mammoth P, you use
Yeah, I was
Mammoth
thinking
P, yeah.
about going that route again. I've done it before. I like the outcome. So I'll probably switch it. I'll probably get another one of those.
Mhm.
So tell me more about Recharge. What is that? I keep hearing people talk about it. Somebody suggested
Yeah.
I use it.
Kelp and molasses microbial stuff. It's like powdered. So what you do is you add it to like 1 tablespoon per gallon or whatever, and it's got 1 million active alive microbes in it. You add it to your soil, and it keeps the beneficial microbes alive and then recharges them. So it's a pretty good product. I've used
So
it
the
before.
brand is called Recharge.
Yes, yeah. It's the
Okay.
guy that runs this show here, the DGC. There's 2 of the guys that run that show that actually started the company.
Oh, cool.
And they've got a new one out too, Grow Dots or something like that. It's meant for like low maintenance growing, kind of like you just add it and it kind of slow release, but not organic. I don't know if it's organic. Don't quote me on that. I don't know.
And you're
They-
saying you add it into your soil?
No, you mix it with water,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
it's
like
kind
a
of like a
feed.
tea, sort of. It's kind of like an
Now-
instant tea, which is really nice. Yeah.
What you can do is when you're transplanting, you can actually take it and sprinkle that into your soil, so that the moment that the roots touch that, they're inoculated, and the process begins. I really believe in this stuff. The reason I was asking Caribou about microbes is that I noticed that that's one thing about Recharge. It's got a lot of nitrogen in it, and you'll find that I don't use it maybe after week 5, maybe a flower. That's about as far as I go with Recharge.
Yeah,
Week 4, week
you
5.
only want to use it like veg, like because it is high in nitrogen. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're rocking week 5, like up to week 5 in flower, that's cool.
I have some exciting news for you guys. I talked to my boss today, and he's gonna allow me to film a tour of the lab and facility. Yeah, so we'll talk about that later, but we'll try to incorporate that into a show or something.
That's
That's
exciting.
Fantastic.
I thought that would be cool for you
Yeah,
guys.
that'll be sweet.
And he doesn't show many, like he doesn't give access to many people, so it'll be really
Oh,
cool. Yeah,
that'll be great.
I know. And I'm like, act like I don't work here. Act like I am somebody you don't know coming in. Otherwise, he won't explain things properly. He's like, you already know that. So I was at work today, and it was like every day is crazy there. Like I'm doing like 3 people's jobs, so I'm constantly running around everywhere. And then in the middle of all of that, my boss is like, you got to come up and shoot this video. And I was like, what? So then at the last minute, I had to go up to the lab, and he wanted me, remember those things that I was using at the event that you were talking to me about? Okay, so they're called a bellow, and we're giving 2 away for Christmas. So we had to shoot this video with this fucking thing. I'm not even kidding. By the time I had to leave, I was so high from having to do so many takes for the video. I was like, oh my God.
What a dirty job, eh?
I do have a good job. Like there's no other job where they're like, come up and film smoking this shit.
Shit. That's funny. That's funny. What are those things retail for? Those bellows?
I think they're roughly 500 or something like that. Like they're all one unit with a battery, so like you could easily take it traveling. It comes with like, I can't remember how many cups, but we have like a whole bunch of them. So like, you know, if you're at a party or something, you can sit around and smoke all together. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, look cool. See if I can find something in my magic.
But yeah, I was really high. I was just like, okay, you know, this video is not going to go very well if we have to keep stopping and smoking over and over again.
That's Bello.
I believe so. Yeah, bellow. So
Okay. Yeah, I
like
think I got it.
bellow vaporizer or something.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah. So
I see that you got the Irie Army shirt on there, Uncle Rick.
yeah, just a quick story about that. I ordered it, and then I only listened to Grow From Your Heart and the Dude Grows show in my vehicle, because they have really good sound, and I can so I don't want, but I fall behind because I guess I don't drive enough. I don't know, but I fall behind so far in my pot. But I just got caught up with Rasta Jeff just in time for him to announce, oh yeah, we're offering 25% off for Black Friday. Everything in after I bought the fucking thing. Anyway, it's okay.
Question to that, because I wanted to order one too. What was it like? What do you have to pay extra to get it across the border or anything like that? What was the shipping?
Oh yeah. No, it's the freight. The freight is at least 25 bucks. Almost
Okay,
as much
so the
as
price of the sweater plus $30, we'll say.
yeah. I honestly can't remember. I
Right.
just got it as it's just
I
a way to
want
support.
to get into some Irie genetics just because everyone raves about him, and I really love his show. I've been listening to him for years, and it's time I support him by running some genetics of his. Now, question being, what all have the Caribou crew run for Irie genetics? What do they recommend? He said to me personally, I asked him about moisture and stuff where I'm at in Ontario, and he agreed that Morning Dew would be probably best for me. I don't know. Has anyone run the Morning Dew, or give me some insight,
right
folks, on
Yeah, I got a few popped right now. I popped 3. Had 2 pop strong, so ready for those to rock on out. They're giving me some good vigorous growth, and hell yeah, stoked to get them in one of the tents here soon and into one of the bigger pots.
Yeah, because available in Canada right now, we only have Firefly, Pure Love, Prana, and Pineapple Wine. Pineapple Wine sounds delicious to me. I'm into that shit, fermented fruits and kind of shit like that. So I really like that.
I just got the Prophet, and she's looking beautiful, but
Nice.
that's the only one I
I'm
got.
into regular seeds too, and this pack is regular seeds only. So I could, I don't throw away most of my males. A lot of times I'll at least let them drop his pollen and save it. Hey, what's going on, bees?
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Ow.
peace. Good to see you, buddy.
Jumps right in.
So good to be here.
Good. Glad you
Blue
made it. Glad you made it, buddy.
What were you saying,
Glad to see you,
GB?
bud.
Where I just
I wasn't saying anything important. I'm just asking questions about Irie genetics, who's ran them, and what's good and whatever. I'm sure it's all good.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I went to, this is so rude. I went to Bello Bellows website, and then of course they make you sign in, you know, like you got to put in your birth date. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
They-
to scroll it like it was a
It
Wheel of
doesn't go
Fortune.
that high.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't go that fucking high. 1950 is the fuck. That's as far as it'll go. I
Guess
guess.
what?
Well, that's how old you
In
are.
1960, buddy.
I guess I'm 19. Fuck. I think
Find
I'm-
that flattering,
I
right?
feel- I feel younger.
What is your new age?
I feel younger, man.
Go a few years on there, yeah.
You're beyond time, Uncle Rick. Fuck, that's awesome.
Anyway, I did have I'm losing interest in this bellow machine because it looks so cool when you were using it, Green Goddess. But it just well, there's not too much to it.
No, there isn't
Yeah.
much to it, but it is really cool.
Yeah.
I'll
He's
let
mad
you
because
know
it doesn't
when I
cater
post
to
the
his
video.
generation. It doesn't even acknowledge.
That's interesting. Yeah. So anyway, what am I getting back to? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was listening to Rasta Jeff when he told me that I could have bought this for 25% less. But anyways, one of his topics was had to do with seeds and the germinating of seeds. And he read the question, and the question had to do with the fact that Buddy had planted a seed in the ground, and because I wasn't watching, I was only listening. I'm not quite sure, but I got the impression that some of the seeds he thought they didn't pop. So he went looking for them and found one or two that were, I don't know if I'm describing it very well, but it was almost like the tail was curled around the seed. Now, the one thing I heard him say was that he planted the seed, like he didn't paper towel it or anything. He just planted the seed directly in the ground, but he planted it with the point down. Oh, wait, point. Yeah. And to my understanding, I thought that if you were to use that system for germinating, that you planted with the pointy end up.
You mean the seed up or the
The
point,
pointy,
alright,
the pointy
of
end
the seed up?
of
Gotcha.
the seed. Yeah. Now, am I wrong or am I right, or does it matter? Because I looked at the whole thing once before, and I was totally fascinated with the fact that if this is a seed and that's the pointy end, that what happens is the stem is there's a fancier name than stem. When it comes out, it comes out the top and then it curls over and starts heading down, and the head of the seed turns around and stands up, and
That's
it's like
them. You mean a root?
I think it's
the tap root, or
Okay.
it's probably like a transvestite and it's trying to tuck it back.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I was trying to actually think of the last time I put a seed directly into the ground without actually popping it first.
yeah.
So I never actually thought about it. But every one I put in the ground pretty much came through regardless. So I mean, maybe there is a science to it. Maybe that's why some of the ones that didn't come through, I had them upside down.
I don't know. I'm not getting the answer from. I could absolutely be wrong, but that's.
I don't think
how
not many people have tried that experiment. That's the thing.
What are you asking?
He wants to
I'm
know.
asking, is
Oh.
there a proper way to put it, like a seed? If you look closely at a seed, there's a pointy end and then there's a round end.
Yeah.
And I'm asking
Well,
if it's
don't they-
important that the pointy end goes up or down. Or
I
does
don't
it?
think so.
Don't they always break at the bottom, right? And like push up generally?
They
Yes.
pop. They
They
pop.
break down at the bottom.
They
So
pop out of the
everybody is
pointy end.
basically saying it doesn't matter if they're in nature, they're gonna just do their thing. So just plant it and don't worry about it.
Yeah, I didn't think
Sure.
it mattered.
But what
Yeah.
if
I
It was-
think
it's
about
a curious
like
idea.
a farmer sowing crops or whatever, right? Like
He's sitting there
it's
flipping each
not
one.
just taking the time, the machines aren't. So there may be certain advantages to doing it. I wouldn't discredit that or discount that. There might be actually a little bit of sense to what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I think you're talking about stuff that could end up like making just a matter of a couple hours difference in the
Yeah.
formation.
It
or whatever.
won't make or break the deal. What happens though on a cannabis seed is you'll notice there's a little circle on one end, like at the bottom, we'll say, like where that seed grew from or whatever. Like the little, there's a name for it scientifically, whatever. So there is like a pointy end and like a little volcano looking end. So where there's picture like a clamshell, right? So we'll say like the pointy ends or the circular ends down here and the pointy ends up here.
Yeah.
When it cracks, it cracks like this. Like the pointy end top. Like I'm trying to make, there you go. It'll open like that, more towards the pointy end. And then that little tail comes out like this. Boop. So now you want that to kind of come out and get into the soil and put, so when if it's pointed up a certain way, it'll grow up first and then down. Takes a little longer, but it sets a stronger root.
I was
But
gonna ask
sometimes
that.
if it's too close to the surface, it can fuck it up, right? Like it'll get light exposed and get all fucking confused and shit. But if it's under the ground, it'll correct itself. But if you plant it the right way, it'll just pop out of that seed and go right down into the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
You have to, I don't know. I honestly, what I do is I always pop pre-soil. So I poke a little hole in the soil with a pencil or something and drop the pointy end. I just like to see for $10 a seed, usually I like to see the fucker pop. So it's like, yeah, I don't touch
I just
that.
like seeing it pop regardless.
Yeah.
Just so I know, you know.
It's another use for that recharge. Sprinkle it in your wet paper towel when you're popping seeds. And as soon as that little tail comes out, boom, it's getting some love.
Yeah. Yeah. And Green Goddess, as far as the supplier, now I believe they may have changed the name because again, I'm trying to get caught up with my podcast, but originally they were selling Recharge in Canada under rechargecanada.ca. But it was actually that was the dude who lives in Maple Ridge, BC. He just set up like a Canadian distributorship. Since then, he's taken on Irie Genetics and a couple of other items. And that other item that you had mentioned, G-Bay, that food supplement I want to look into. Anyway, he's got a new name. He's got a new name now.
So I have to order it. I can't buy it in a grow store or anything.
No. No, the short answer is no. I think it was available on Amazon, but at a ridiculously high price.
Yeah, and there's a lot of duplicates on Amazon too. People scamming them.
Yeah.
I don't trust Amazon when it comes to like the lights and things like that, just because it's not really what they say it is. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of third party stuff going on there, that's for sure. And yeah, that's their defense.
I can't trust Amazon. Oh, don't. What's this world coming to?
You can, but I wouldn't trust it with grow stuff unless you happen to know somebody that got it. And
okay, Aldridge, I'm getting to it. I promise you, I'm getting to the address. I just can't remember what it is, but it's got the dude in it. Do you know what it is, G-Bay? Dude.
Lebowski.
No.
What, the website?
Yeah.
Good call, Beast.
Yeah, I got it loaded up right here. Actually, I was trying to make an order. It is dudesworld.ca.
Yeah, there you go.
Point North.
Dudes World,
Dudesworld.ca.
DUDES, dudesworld.ca.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
G-Man.
And if you're a
And,
member of the DGC, yeah, that's it. That's the one.
I'm
If you're a
looking for
member of
my
the
code right
DGC
now because I have a Patreon. So
Huh?
then I'm looking for my code right now on the Patreon page.
Yeah. So if you're a Patreon, you get another discount or free shipping or something.
Yeah, I gotta find it right now before I press before I go through tag purchase and see if I can knock a few percent off.
So I tried using a bunch of codes off people's profiles for lights last night. I'm not gonna lie, and none of them fucking worked. So just for anybody that's looking for one, don't bother with the ones that are already in people's pages. They are no longer working.
Oh, very rarely do.
So to answer, who was asking? Was it Prophet? Who was asking about? No, it was Jibe. You're asking about the Irish genetics.
Don't blame me yourself.
Okay. And anyway, Caribou gifted me some Orangegasm and some. It'll come to me in a second, but I tell you, I'm really, really excited about the Orangegasm. They're really. And what's the other one? I'm sorry, Caribou. What the other one from Irie?
Yeah, you got two different cuts of Orangegasm and a Lemon Jeffrey.
Lemon Jeffrey, and both of them I'm really, really excited about. They just look so healthy and so happy, and yeah. And they're both the sativa dominant. What are you doing, DP?
Oh.
And I'm assuming they'd be what, a 10 weeker, 10, 11 weeker. What?
They look to be. I just cut everything this week. I think that was the end of week 11, 12. I was doing organic though, so that can take a little bit longer.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think from what I've seen so far, and I've grown in both different systems, but the second cut is the one to me. Like you go and move it around, and it just smells like orange rinds. To me, whereas I never really got a overwhelming citrusy smell off of the first one. But like I said, I think I might have degraded some of the terpenes at the same time when I cooked the Spider Girl and the Lemon Berry. But like I said, you're growing different systems, so we'll see. But that second Orangegasm, I'm really excited for that. The Lemon Jeffrey was the king of the tent on this first go around, and it smelled like kind of lemon and rubber, maybe a little bit of like open tennis balls container. And like I said, I cut that this morning, and I'm really excited to give that a go here. And we'll probably sample it on Christmas actually. So, which is actually, that's my birthday. So that's how I'll start my birthday is wake and bake with a little Lemon Jeffrey. Give that a sample, I think. But also speaking of the Irie, like I've got, if that Jack the Ripper re-veggies, I'll have that you'll be able to try and have give that a go if you want, Rick. I'm gonna fire up the Blueberry Butchers probably on Christmas Day. And then this morning I finally placed my order directly with Rosta Jeff. I'm gonna get some Arise number 4 F2s. Now number 4 is supposed to be the 50-50 Daybreaker Golden Goat Pheno, and that's the pheno apparently that was tested at 35+%. That's not why I want it. I'm not worried about the percentage on there so much. That's just I want that 50-50 pheno to play with. And also in that order, we got a package of Sonic Boom. I can't recall the cross on that. It is one of the Arise crosses though. But grapefruit terps is what Ashley saw. And she wants to go pheno hunting for a grapefruit smelling plant. And then I got a package of the machine ordered up. Nice. And a pack of the Saka souffles, which are not actually for me. Those are for someone else. It's just a thanks for being a kick-ass motherfucker kind of gift. But I did kind of do a nudge and say, hey, do you want to swap a few Sakas for a few machines? And they seem pretty agreeable to the idea. So that's pretty stoked about that. And like all that stuff, you'll have access to any of those cuts that you want, Rick. That's
And those seeds are regular seeds?
Yes, I'm pretty sure all of them are regs. I didn't intend knowingly order any FEMs, so that should be exciting. And actually, here's another interesting one. So a week or two ago, I germinated another round of stuff. There's those 5 skunk number ones for G13 Labs, 3 wild ties, and a couple of golden goats. And I think 2 of them didn't clear ground, whatever they were. One of them was a golden goat that did survive. And the leaf's coming straight out of the cotyledons or whatever those 2 little lip-looking leaves coming out are. Like they're just longer right off the bat, like abnormally long. It's like, even if I didn't have all of these other sprouts from a couple different strains and phenos sitting right beside them, I would have still looked at this and gone like, wow, that's different. That is just long. So I'm really excited to see what comes of that. And also really sad that the other golden goat didn't germinate, because I'd like to have a point of comparison now. And like, is this typical for this strain? Because I don't know that I've ever seen that before. So yeah, so actually that's another one that you'll have access to is golden goat, Rick. So fuck. And the scarlet begonias, I got a pack of those I'm still sitting on too, but that's kind of was always bought with the intention of a later day project.
We're gonna have to discuss this thing that you've got about popping seeds, buddy. It's out of control. Okay, I'm just saying.
Pop is his container.
No, popping seeds.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Papa Z. Sorry.
No, you're a seed popping maniac, buddy.
Well, I tried to just pop more just a couple days ago. I wanted to, because I kind of had through the fog of the last year, kind of was like, remembered what the White Widow Afghani number 10 pheno was, and I'm pretty sure it was just a single fucking stem cola, basically, with just a few buds that kind of grew out along the bottom like that. And
so you figured you'd have room right over in that corner. You'd have room for one of those right there.
Well, somehow, yeah. The girlfriend's sitting right beside me going, no. Okay, but so that's why I didn't. But one day she won't be looking. There'll just be new cups full of good, wonderful stuff there.
You don't have space.
But yeah, space is definitely at a fucking premium around here. I need to get into a place where I can just have everything running the way I want it. That's seeing that more and more clearly as time goes by.
There, Canada gets 20% discount on recharge if you're a Patreon member of the DGC.
Cool.
Well, thanks again, G-Bay.
I had to dig a little bit. I had to go on there and find my membership account, look at my benefits.
What's the?
I totally forgot you were doing that.
what's the price to get on that stuff? They were only selling. They were only selling
$60 for 8 ounce, but right now they're $55.
55 for 8 ounce. Is that the only size they come in right now?
No, they come in 5 pound and 1 pound. 5 pounds is $350. 1 pound is $110, and 8 ounce is $60. That makes it one tablespoon per gallon. It makes. So the 8 ounce makes 52 gallons.
I'm just trying to figure how much you're saving by buying the.
What do you mean odorless?
Half pound is 52 gallons. It makes.
Okay, and I'm sorry. You said what is the biggest one? There is 5 pounds.
Yeah,
It's
350.
350. So 350. 5 pounds to half a pound. So divided. Oh, so that okay. That would, if you bought it that way, that would work out to $35.
Yeah.
$35 for 8 ounces. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a little expensive, but it does work really, really well.
I truly, I do swear
I
by
had
it.
an 8-ounce bag and it lasted me a while.
Yeah. Stony, good to see you,
I
buddy.
stopped using it. and I
What's
don't have trouble.
happening?
Oh, just chilling.
Say it
How
again,
you doing
GP.
tonight?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm gonna
sorry.
buy the 1 pound bag, I think. 5 pounds a little too steep right at Christmas time.
You don't need 5 pounds of recharge, trust me.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the
Hey,
pound. of
Stony.
those.
Hey, my brother.
But if we had enough people who were
What's up, Stoney?
interested and we could split it all up, it might be worth it.
That's a very good idea.
I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, I like the stuff. I think it's useful, but I think it gets overused. You know, Scotty likes to tell people, you could dump a pound into a 5-gallon bucket. It's no problem. I don't know. I've had this thing here for about a year and a half. 5
That's a-
pounds. That's a 5-pounder. So I'm seeing it's going to last me for probably about 10 years.
How much did that cost?
There you go.
How much was that?
I don't even remember. I was a member and they liked me. So I think I got a deal.
They liked you?
So it was free?
Yeah, I believe that shit.
Like
Here's
you
your
just
lemon, Jeffrey.
fell off a truck.
Wow. Wow. What week of
Nice
flower is
spotlight,
that?
dude.
We are in week 7.
Fuck yeah.
And on the average, how long does that go?
You know what? The last one I had went longer because I kind of fucked up and I had a light on. I didn't realize there was a green light. I thought it was okay because it was green. And it kept it vegging. So it went longer than it should have. So I was expecting this to go 9, but it looks like we're going to finish at 8. Or maybe
Nice.
before 8's done.
Huh.
That
It's a
looks
very
dirty.
nice plant. I've got it right now. I've dried, cured. I've been smoking it. It's great. I mean, it smells like a lemon. Mine smells like a lemon tree.
Tell me about the high.
It's for me. I get pretty stony on it. Yeah, just real stony and just
Don't-
relaxed. Kind of
Only like
just-
an indica or sativa?
yeah, more. Yeah, I kind of get like an indica feel from it, but I don't know. It's kind of a it's a happy high, you know, and it kind of creeps up on you.
Have you smoked orange gasm?
I have not. This is the first Ivory Genetics I've ever grown or even smoked, for that matter, that I know of.
Actually, I smoked an orange gasm tester this morning, Rick, of bud that had just kind of fallen over a little bit early, and I just clipped it a while ago. And it wasn't the first thing I smoked. I smoked the Girl Scout cookies first thing, and I was just kind of meh because that's kind of what cookie strains do to me, is just meh. And so I was like, I looked at that orange gasm bud sitting there, and I trimmed that up and rolled that into a joint. And I gotta say, there's a nice little buzz on it. You definitely taste a little bit of citrus in there. I just can't wait to have one that's been properly cured, because it was already starting to get that hay smell to it, just sitting there hanging from the shelf kind of thing. Eh? What's that one, Stony?
These are the Mendo Gilly testers. These are
Ah.
clones from the original testers that I already grew out and harvested. These are the clones. I ran some clones to see how it would work out. 2 out of 3. Probably third one was my fault anyways. But these are available now. She just released them actually today.
Oh yeah, and
Today.
those are 7 week. Those are around 7 weeks right
These
now.
are
too?
all 7 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn,
Week 7
Stony,
started.
definitely
So
got some
week
skills.
my week 7 started Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
That helps you out.
Yeah, I just they're really. See your catacrotic thing. So I ordered a T-shirt, a catacrotic T-shirt, Stony. I'm just curious. You sell them through Etsy, I don't quite understand how that works. Are they like a broker or like does that like how does that work? Or do you not even know, Stony? Is this Larry's thing? Fine, don't talk to me.
Rick, nobody wants to talk to you.
He better be frozen.
I'm back.
I'll talk to you, Rick. What's up? How you
He
doing?
better be frozen.
What you thinking
Well,
about?
it's about that. It's about that. I don't want to put a gun
What's
to
it
your
about?
head,
Not even
but
here.
What you wearing?
He's scratching his ear. Why do you have to think so negatively?
Look, who's coming to join the party. Cheers, Thunder Dan. How you doing, brother?
Thunder Dan, hell yeah. Cheers.
oh, hey,
Hell
good to
yeah.
see you, Thunder Dan. How are
Good
you,
to
man?
see you.
Hey, the stem rub on those banana daddies. Ooh, wait. I'm excited, man. Those things are gonna be nice.
Okay, do you find the banana daddies are really sensitive to humidity?
Low or high?
Yeah, like too much humidity.
Oh, right. What do you mean by too much?
Okay, so I had 5 plants outside this year, and we had like a 2-week like crazy humid weather.
That's so stupid.
And they were fine. And then going into the second week, I noticed the banana daddy was struggling with it. But the rest of them were fine. So I just assumed it was more sensitive that
Okay.
way. So I was just curious.
I ran her outside too, and she did not like outside. So I think she's just the indoor plant. I really got on because Gipe was talking about Irie, and I've got Storm Shadow that was bulletproof outside. I mean, right beside the Banana Daddy. Banana Daddy having an issue, problems. I think the Banana Daddy stacks too close together, so moisture gets inside of it. It had all kinds of issues. I had a couple of them go by the wayside, but not with the Irie. And the structure on it is just different. But
Okay, that's good to know. I want to grow it again, but I didn't want to have issues with it, so I'll probably just obviously grow it inside instead. Awesome. Thank you.
do you just have the film seeds?
I actually got the Banana Daddy as a clone.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I'll have to look into getting more, but hopefully seeds this time, not a clone.
Well, I mean, they all are different. I ran 10 of them, and I kept 2 really. I really had more than that I ran again because I had the clones and they had gotten big. But let's see. Well, I can show this. Put this thing around. And I can show this Storm Shadow off how it is. It's that one.
Okay.
So it spaces a whole lot more. So like this is not that same plant. This is a berry cherry that stacks real close together. So I don't think it would be either out there, but all right, hold on. Gotta open the door.
Oh,
Yeah, look at them.
fuck yeah.
What size is that room there, Thunder Dan?
It's 4 by 6. I run 4 earth boxes in here. That whole plant right there is a number 3 cut of mine. This is the number 2 cut. It's a whole lot smaller. But that big one in the back is a Banana Daddy. I mean, Storm Shadow standing up there in the middle. I'm just running it in like a bucket style, 5-gallon in the middle.
Storm Shadow's the one that you said was good outside.
Yeah, it's this one right here too. It's real thin leaf. It's White Widow times the rise.
it's probably my favorite. I mean, I like the Banana Daddy, but it puts a whole lot more out. So especially that number 3. So I kind of get tired of it after a while. But let's see, I got a Red Setters Farms Granddaddy Purple times Green Room, which is supposedly a 1-to-1, which I'm not going to get it tested, so we're just going to take his word for it. But it's fucking in the middle, right up in here. And there's a number 3. So there's 2 plants in that one earth box. This is 1 plant in an earth box. The back, she's kind of small over in the corner, is Island Mimosa. And then there's Storm Shadow, and a number 2 cut. Day 43.
It looks real nice, Thunder Dan. It looks like a bit of a challenge to work that room, though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, look at you! You got them on wheels.
What about a pheno hunt?
I see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's slick.
Yeah, they're on.
What we got?
It's on wheels, is it?
What's on wheels?
Those trays? No.
No,
Oh,
no. This is
no.
a 2x4 tent that will lead. So I'm going to knock a wall down when this run is done, and I'm going to change that room from a 4x6 to a 6x10, and just have a big 6x10 for a flower room, and then my 3x5 will be my bedroom. But I'm using 3x5 right now for a pheno hunt, and then this is just a pheno hunt of some other seeds. This is some OGO or OG, whatever you want to say, from Ethos. These 2 plants. These 3 are Cherry Berry by Goat and Monkey Seed. This is the one I'm real excited about. It's a monkey bread.
Look at all the sugar on those leaves. Wow. Yeah.
That's day 43.
Yeah.
I mean, just kills it across the board. Now, the smell is kind of weird. It's kind of, I think, trying to get into that bread smell or pastry, whatever. I don't know. I'm really more of a fruity guy, but anyway, we'll see. I hope we get some gas on the end. It's got Grease Monkey times Platinum Cake. And then there's the that Storm Shadow I love so much. And then the number 4 Banana Daddy that doesn't stretch much. Just down there. We'll see you later. But I had 2 males, so I cut the males out of this tent and just plugged something in. But I probably should have done my homework and thought maybe she don't stretch like that. Anyway.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Man. Yeah, man.
It's quite a scrog system you've
Looking
got
good,
set up
brother.
there too. Yeah, yeah, it looks real good.
Yeah, I'm just pumping air into the bottom to keep
yeah.
it from having any kinds of problems. But yeah,
Good idea.
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this because at the end, I'm just going to untie these and slip these poles out and then just chop.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of trying to cut stuff out of the net, man.
I just that's what I've been doing is just put in the plastic and then cut all the way around the plant to remove it. But it's that looks a lot nicer there. What you got going?
Okay. So, cheers, everybody. Cheers, Tony.
That was an awesome tour. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Thunder
You're
Dan.
greater.
I mean, everybody but y'all had seen it.
Oh, we appreciate that. Trust me, we truly do. So we had a fan question from last Tuesday's episode with Chris Mertz. I led off the show asking him what the worst strain he's ever grown was. And we had, I believe it was Introvert Genetics in the comment section, not in the live chat, but in the actual comment section. They said they were curious. What is everybody's worst strain that they've grown? So you guys mind kicking this one around a little bit? Was that you, Stoney, or you want to go first?
Hell yeah, man. Orange bud. Fucker hermed on me every time, dude. No matter what I did, that fucker hermed. And I had it. So the last time I had it, it's one of them wiry fuckers too that grows all goofy, and it's kicked my ass before in the past. So this time I was determined, and I wove that fucker through, and I spread her out. And I had a beautiful canopy going on it, sure as shit. Started kicking dicks out at me, and that was the end of that. And I fucking cut it down. I threw the fucking seed. I think I gave some of the seeds away. I said, "You guys want them? You can have them. If you want some fucking seeds, then here you go." Yeah, but that was a shit strain I had. Didn't even smoke well either when I did finish whatever I did get out of it. It sucked. So
that's horrible. I hate those stories. Let's moving on around. I'm gonna go just up from you on my screen. I'm looking at Uncle Rick. What's the worst thing that you've ever had, Rick? The biggest pain in the ass strain?
Well, I don't know, but when you mentioned that story, Stoney, it did remind me of another story though. And basically what happened was I was in a bar and went to the washroom, and
hey, hold on, Rick. Now everybody don't fucking blame me, okay? Just because he said my name about bringing up a story. Anyways, carry on.
At least to a washroom.
No. Now you see, I can't even remember why. Whatever you said made me think of this story, and maybe it'll come back to me as I tell the story. So, anyways, Buddy says, "Hey, you want to buy some pot?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what it is or how much." And he said, $10. I think in those days we used to buy them in, I think they were called lids, and I don't even know what a lid is, but, and I think the price was around, I think it was less than an ounce, but it was like normally about $20. And anyway, he said $10. So I said, shit, I'll take 5 of them. So I bought 5 of these things, but wouldn't you know it, and I didn't even have a chance to try it, but wouldn't you know it, I hooked up with the ex that weekend, and one thing led to another, and I love you, let's get back together, and well, yeah, but if we do, you're not going to be smoking any of that pot. And I, no, honest, honey, this is it, man. And of course, so then
just buy it.
So now I've got 5 ounces of pot that I got nothing to do. So I just gave it to my friends. But it took about less than a week, and people were phoning me back. Well, one guy in particular says, "What the hell is this stuff you gave me? It's it's garbage. It's the shittiest pot I've ever." I said, "Buddy, I gave it to you, man. Come on. How could you?"
Yeah, but at a certain point,
But there was
a man has standards. Come on.
Well, yeah, no, my standard is I think with my dink, and that's pretty much it. Okay.
Well, that's pretty much what Prophet's mom has confirmed multiple occasions. So, all right.
But Stoney, there's another, you reminded me of another story. And this one here, it was, and I'll remind, no, listen, we were talking, and you were relating a story because you've been involved so much in podcasts and so on, where you go to an event and somebody comes up and says, "Hey, Stoney, how you doing?" And you're looking at him like, what? And so anyway, and you said, "Oh, it'll happen to you one day." But when you said that here's the story. This goes back to my third wife. Yeah, my third wife. And I think it was around 1990, 95, somewhere in there. And it was 420, so we decided to go down to the event. And I mean, today they probably draw, you know, over 150,000. It's a big event. But in those days, it was just starting out, and I think there was maybe 100 or so. Anyway, off we went, and everything's going fine, except at one point, I looked over and I could see there was somebody burning an American flag. Now, I'm not an American. I had like, and you know, but for some reason, I don't know, in my highness or whatever, I decided to let these people know what I thought about them, and proceeded to say, "Hey, you can't be blah, blah, blah." And little did I know, the whole event was caught on the news, and oh my God! So what happened was I had somebody coming in from my company coming in the night before, and of course I got to line up all these appointments with my major customers, including there was Costco, and well, Woodward's is not around anymore, but a few, and they had all seen me on the news the night before. And of course, here's our you know, executive from the head office. It was very, very embarrassing. But it was about 6 months later, I was standing in Horseshoe Bay waiting for the ferry to come in to pick up my son, and somebody was coming up the road, and he was looking at me, and he had a strange look in his face, and then suddenly he went, "Ah, it's you." He's, "Yeah, right on," he says, and I knew exactly what he was referring to. He also caught me on the news.
So I have a question. You were just like my third. You really struggled there. How many wives exactly have you had?
Only three.
Okay.
No.
Only.
We're really
How can that many women be
Yeah.
wrong? Okay, I don't understand. I just don't.
Well, we're hoping that Prophet's mom will become, like, hopefully not the next future Mrs. Rick or ex Mrs. Rick. Because I think you guys are a lasting couple. You guys got star power together, you and Prophet's mom, I think.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be like Kurt and Courtney. You're not gonna be good apart. You'll only be good together. So just remember that.
You guys will be like Ike and Tina, only she's Ike and you're Tina.
Oh shit!
That's right, bitch. Get down there
yeah.
and shine them shoes.
We're a power couple. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. You guys are
Check
like
out the OnlyFans.
Yeah. It was all you perverts that introduced me to that disgusting thing.
well, yeah,
Oh.
because we
Now
care about you, Rick.
it's in my favorites now. Jeez.
We truly care about your well-being, and we just want you to be happy, Rick. Even if that
Yeah,
means
but you've been squirting since 1995, so you know you just didn't know where to post it yet. We just gave you a platform.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Oh shoot.
So I
Okay.
guess, let's kick it on up to G-Bay. What's the worst strain you've ever grown that's ever been your biggest thorn in the ass?
One of my recent indoor grows, I had Sunday Driver, and it was funny because Stony helped me name it the "fuck you" plant, because everything else was doing fine and taking everything I was doing in stride just like it should have, and then this one plant was just like, fucking whatever, ugly and gangly, and yeah, but then you know what? It smokes like a champ.
That's okay. That's okay, right? It doesn't mean it has to be shit weed. It can still be good weed, just a bit of a cunt to grow. Speaking of Sunday Driver, I'm smoking on Sunday Driver Diamonds right now.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
I don't
Oh,
Ooh.
spill them all over the fucking keyboard. No, I caught them.
Oh, good, good, good.
Tilt the phone. I've learned this because I've done that. What you just did 100 times. Tilt the phone down and go like,
What is that? What you've got, Tara Love?
The
Yeah,
same thing.
the same thing. That's cool.
Same thing.
Okay. Now, is it from the collab project?
It is.
Yeah, thought so.
It's this one.
Yeah, same exact shit across the country. But yeah, it's
Cool.
this is literally the cheapest concentrate that you can find in our town. I went, the girlfriend and I went out last night, and the dispensary we normally go to, it's like just closed. They're literally driving out of the fucking parking lot as we pulled in. It's like, oh fuck. So we go to the next one down the road, and the cheapest thing they had there was grams of shatter for like $53 or something like that. And I was just like, fuck no. Like, I just.
What was the high end?
It was already going to be new bag of weed day. So I was like, yeah, no, fuck that. But I just like that at the same time, not having fucking dabs to do with y'all on Friday night fucking sucks. So, I went back to the good dispensary and got some diamonds for slightly less extortionate price.
How much did you pay for yours? I'm sorry. I mean,
40 something.
yeah.
Yeah. High end of 40s, like probably like 48, 49 or something like that.
Okay.
Which is still fucking ridiculous, but
Yeah.
it's-
I gotta hook you up, man.
you got a good supply there, Rick?
Oh yeah.
I'll start talking to you then, because
Yeah.
It's like, because as it was like me trying to do supply myself with dabs, so you can't do it on those prices around here. We're like trying to pay for weed as well. And then now that the girlfriend's into doing dabs, it's just another one of those things. I absolutely love doing dabs with her, but just like everything goes so much faster. So it's a gram of those extortionately ridiculous diamonds that we just fucking bought. That'll last a night, if that, and that's not even trying. So
Yeah, I'm starting to notice dabbing is one of those events that like golf used to be, So you don't want to get the old lady involved in it just because, the cost is double, and then she's hanging around and she's in your shit, and stealing your golf balls. And
gentlemen only.
doubles,
For
Get
man.
a lady that makes her own.
But it
money
goes the other
and
way
can
too,
pay for
guys.
her
Just
own
remember.
things. And
There you
still be
go.
involved.
I need a sugar mama. That's what I need.
well, and to me, the funny thing is like we've been together like getting close to a year now. And like the whole time I've been trying, hey, want to do a dab? She's always just no. And it's like one day I do, she would say yes, and just I'd probably shit my pants, and it'd be great. But it was actually I was on the road working, and she was just going through some fucking really tough shit. And then just kind of needed something stronger than weed to take her mind off it. We try not to do alcohol in this house, right? I'm 3 years without, and I've never seen her drink, but she did go out and have drinks the one time months ago, where this similar thing, right? Having a bad day, just needing an event. I think my understanding was she didn't feel right about that. It's like that's not who she wants to be. So, but dabs is a wonderful thing, anyways. But like, yeah, so much more expensive when their girlfriend does it too. But yeah, getting back to Uncle Rick, if you've got a reasonably priced fucking source, and for the prices I was just yakking about, it's not hard to be reasonable. Like it's
Yeah, it's a lot better than that.
yeah.
Actually, yeah, I saw the feet on one of those clones that I cut for you. Now I don't know if you're ready to have them back or what's going on there.
Was that the GG4s and a meathead? Was that
That's correct. It was just one. I think it was one of the and we're gonna have to figure this out because I cut 4 clones and I put them in a tray on a dome. And I didn't mark them because I mean those 2 are GG4 and those 2 are meathead. I mean, how hard can it be?
Yeah.
Except when I water every now and then, I'll take the tray and I'll turn it 180 degrees, and then And now I'm looking at it going, God damn it. So I know we'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure I know which is which. They are quite distinct, the elite formation and so on. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
So let's see if I got one of those meatheads right over here.
I bet hanging
How
out
long
with
you been
you
growing,
Rick's
Rick?
like being on a game show full time, huh?
35 years, 35 years.
Very- Poor plants.
Oh, it's been a, yeah, yeah. And that was before the internet. Yeah, no, I can't tell. I'm confident that we'll be able to look at them and tell right away.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to identify from that. I'm just showing you what you can kind of expect once it starts doing something.
Yo, yeah.
It's nice hard nugs. Kind of coffee hash, maybe some dirty feet in there.
Is anybody familiar with the strain? It's called Driz Nipper. I think it's from Exotic Genetics. Well, that's what I'm growing right now, and I looked it up. I'm just looking at it now. I think I'm very near you, Thunder Dan, and I think I'm day 42 or day 43. And I guess the strain I've been more used to growing, it grows in more stack, it stacks more. This particular one, although the buds are getting quite hard, they're not as big. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm confident that it's going to be some quality smoke. Chris Nipper.
How long does it go?
Say it again.
I said, how long does it go? Or how long did they say it was going to go?
I think it was. I think they said it was a 10-weeker. Yeah.
Fucking chat.
I always plan on 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm getting zony.
I'm trying to keep up with chat, but it's just
Somebody talk.
On the list for shitty strains.
Uh-oh.
Who's trying to talk?
This is getting fucking weird now, guys. I'm gonna have to leave soon if someone doesn't start fucking talking.
Hang on, don't go away. Don't go away. I wanted to ask you something.
Roaches, what's up?
Thank God I'm not on fucking shrooms or something, man, because this would be
I would be
really
fucking freaking
not.
out.
I'd be getting up.
Yeah, I would have left already.
Hey, we got new bodies here. We got there's 12. There's 12 of us now. Anyways, Stony, before we scare you away, buddy. So
There's 12 of us.
4 times 3 is 12.
Yeah, dude, it's the cool kids club up in here.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Cheers, right?
Anyways, your shirts, your catachronic shirts are available through Etsy, or is that how does that work? Why would you use their like what do they provide you in the way of a service? How does it work? Or do you know how it works?
I just saw some people had these Etsy stores, and I told Larry, check out this Etsy thing.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
man, and he signed up and opened it up. That's how that went down. Cause he's the merchandise guy. He likes doing all that shit. So
Right on. Right
For
on.
us Canadians, it always
Good.
costs a bunch to get them, get small items here. Excuse me.
So my sister runs a store as well on there. She makes like jewelry and stuff. I don't really know how exactly it works, but I know she, it took a little bit to make money, but now she doesn't even work. She just sells on there.
Huh. Okay, I'm thinking that
Can we
that's
sell weed
what
on
they'd
there?
offer you. Huh?
Should we sell weed on there? Cause between a bunch of us here, I'm sure we can make some money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
go, I wouldn't do that. They probably just take a percentage of, just like any other app, they'll take a percentage of whatever.
Like
you-
eBay or whatever, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing, right? They-
And
as soon as you sell it.
okay, and what they're offering you in return is mass advertising or putting your product in front of more and more people, not unlike Amazon or anybody else.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just opened Shopify a couple days ago, and after my free trial, it's going to cost me $30 a month to keep my store open. So that's probably about the same thing as Etsy. I did hear that they take a little bit more than your average person to stay away from them, hence the reason why I opened mine on Shopify.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Larry about that. Looks like we're gonna have to have another meeting. Let me write that down.
I don't, yeah, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm only asking because I'm thinking about doing something like that, and I just was wondering the best route to go. What do you got to say, Crazy Potma?
Oh, I was saying bye to the person that said they were leaving. So
Oh.
I was just waving goodbye.
Okay,
So I just
you-
briefly looked it up, and they take 5% of whatever the transaction is,
uh-huh,
and then they add another 5% as a shipping transaction.
Yeah. See, there's probably why I was told to stay away from there.
Yeah,
So it's
so
like, I
that
just
is
moved
pretty
to this
high.
place. I don't
actually.
need to be screwed over. I'm trying to start a company. I'm not, I'm not wealthy. I can't be affording that shit. So I was told to stay away from that, but that's probably why. That's already
Yeah.
too chunky your money, where they're just asking for $30. You know what I mean? It's a flat rate. You make sure you make more than $30 a month and you're golden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a
there's
better deal.
Pros and cons to both, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
But
But
that
I'm
does
sure
sound
if you
high.
start,
I think you were right to do that.
but I bet you any money you start mass sales on Shopify, they're gonna probably ding you and say, hey, you know what? You're making a lot of money now on that $30.
I
They're gonna
think
probably want
that's
to.
where they would, you would want a better site. You would want to upgrade yourself to the next tier. I think
Right.
that's where they put you, because there
Oh.
is, I think, 2 more tiers. There's one, like, my business is doing really well. I want the extra perks. There's that one. And then there's like you already have a company and you're freaking flourishing, and there's that one. Do you know what I mean? So I think it would be tiers that would be getting you, because there's going to be one little perk that I can't freaking get paying the $30, and I'll have to pay the 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, definitely look into it, because I was just told to stay away from Etsy, was because I was starting the new business, not flourishing, and got my shit together.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I will say that when I purchased a t-shirt, it was a huge shipping fee. Like, I basically paid twice the amount of money for the shirt to get to me.
Yeah, see,
So-
that's scary.
Yeah.
that's
so-
the part
but-
that's the part that bothers me a little bit. But I'm, it's a trade-off. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Canadian-
not
Canadian
cool. I had
distributor.
no idea about any of this. I'm gonna have to get on Larry's ass. Start upgrading. So that's not cool. I had no idea.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I
you
just
know
I
what?
just
You did
ordered
get
one
that.
myself, and
But
I
let
think
me
it
ask
was.
you, you guys got those shirts fairly quick, did you not?
I got it super
I have-
quick.
I haven't
Yeah.
got mine yet. I just got this today. I ordered this the same day that I ordered the Catachronic shirt. I just got this today. But our
No
mail
shit.
has all been screwed up real bad, like with all the floods and the mudslides. So I'm not counting on anything right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Green Goddess. I remember you said that I ordered it. It was like a couple days later. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I got it. I was like, holy shit.
I literally got it the same time frame if I sent it to like, the city or something. It was crazy fast. I couldn't believe it. I've
Yeah,
ordered products from the next city over and it's taken longer than me getting that t-shirt. No joke. I was shocked, and it actually came on my birthday. So it was awesome. It was like, yeah, cool.
Well, that's how we roll here. We're very precise, So
And
Uncle Rick,
now-
you can
I have
expect
to
your
say, Larry, like, amazing. He wrote me a handwritten thank you letter. Nice touch. And also
Yes.
threw in like a free CD, some free slaps. Like, it was worth the money for sure.
Now, Larry sent me an
So, Rick-
email saying, I just packed yours today and sending it off, and thank you for the
well, you're
order.
gonna get it on your birthday, didn't you just hear? We precisely send them so they get to your house exactly on your birthday. So you'll have a nice present coming.
All
So that's when
right.
Yours will be
I don't know when
Christmas
your
over
birthday is, but
Good stuff. Good stuff.
unless you specify Christmas, so you might get it earlier, but depending on your birthday.
Yeah. So, yeah. So the whole freight thing. I mean, that scared it really did scare me. It was I forget. It
that's-
was 26 bucks for the shirt and $20 for freight.
Yeah, I
was-
thank you for going through with that purchase.
Oh no,
I
no!
wouldn't have done it.
Listen, listen. It's only I only do this to support my fellow
get it. No,
growers. But like that's what I guess what I'm getting at is I bought that shirt because I want to support you and the band and so on, and anybody that buys my merch support me. But I don't know how good I feel about supporting Etsy. And when I have to pay that,
Right.
like I'd be curious how much Larry gets out of that $56 that I just dropped.
Nothing. Well, we get
Well, you got to get your
whatever the shirt price is minus 10% off of that, and that's what
Yeah,
we get.
okay, but
That's
the
it.
freight, then they're doing it to us with the freight.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
taking it then.
And
And
then
that's
on
just
top of
their
that,
dream.
I should, well, I think I've got the label. I'm going to find out how much the freight was, the shipping was. And they charged me $20, but I'll bet you the freight was, I don't know. The package is around here somewhere.
I
And
thought the same thing.
They
And
put the rest in their pocket.
if that money's going towards you guys, that's one thing.
Yeah. I got,
Uncle Rick, yeah.
We don't get that money as far
Yeah.
as I
So you
know.
need a new site, Stony.
yeah. So that's one thing I want to look into when I'm ready to pull the trigger, G-Bay. I'm thinking what I want to do is maybe put half my shipment in the US and half in Canada, and then have somebody send it out, from our locations. It might be cheaper. I don't know. I'm going to look into all the cost of postage and all that shit.
Yeah, so you guys could order recharge through me. I could send it over the border, no? Or are they gonna ding it?
Well, okay. It's a bit, they might
So I tell
confiscate
you-
it.
I could put it right in one of those coffee jars or coffee tins. If you opened it up, it looks
No.
exactly like.
I appreciate your offer there, buddy, but maybe what you could do is get a Catachronic t-shirt, No, I don't want to be rude, but put some of your DNA in it, roll it up, and shoot it across the border in one of those cannons, okay?
Sure. I'll do that for you.
Shoot.
Now they sell recharge in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you guys
I
have a
just
hard time
ordered
getting
some. I
that
just
shit?
pulled the trigger
Oh,
on
yeah.
an order.
We've
I'll
only
go
we've
to
only
us
had
to
it.
buy it in bulk, and then we all split it.
Yeah,
We've only been able to buy it for barely a year up here. Because it's classified as a fertilizer. There's a lot of shit that you guys have in the States that we can't have in Canada.
Yeah, but there's shit that you guys have that we can't have either. So like not H2O2. I think. Well, I know we can't have the H2O2 here.
Really?
Yeah.
At
Not that I
29%.
use it, but it's fucking hydrogen peroxide. I mean, at
Yeah.
best, so.
Huh. Okay.
But I know some guys were complaining they couldn't get it here.
You get the 3% stuff.
I don't use it, so I have no idea what it is.
Oh,
Hey, do
awesome.
any of y'all have any experience pressing bubble hash with a rosin press? Question mark.
A little bit, but not much. Like I've done a couple runs, but nothing serious. I like to smoke my bubble hash. I find it more better just chopping a pipe and shit with it, but yeah, you need a lot to get a bit out, and if you're doing it not too well, it can turn to shit pretty quick.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, get some tips because I need to do something with all the trim. You know, I mean, just trying to be inventive in ways to deal with the leftovers. You know, recycle, reduce.
You make RSO, Thunder Dan?
No. I just got into thinking about doing any of it. For the longest time, I would just, whatever I couldn't just collect as a dry sift, I would just chunk into the compost pile and keep moving. You know, it's not really worth hanging on to. But as I get older, I find that I'd like to get into making more tinctures and stuff like that to have like a rolling ball. And then, of course, hash. I already do the dry sift with the trim bin that Harvest Right collect it, but just moving to the next step, just trying to figure out what everybody else does. You know, if they've got experience and tips, I'll fucking run some shit through it because I always got material.
I've tried lots, but it's without the freeze dryer. Your quality's never going to be to the point where, you know, it's cheaper. I try, but honestly, it's cheaper to go and buy it than somewhere because those places have the freeze dryer and they're doing it the proper way. What I do is I make the bubble hash and I just make it into chunks of like black hash, kind of like, you know.
Oh, okay.
So like, just it, and then it takes a little while to cure and whatever, but turns out good. But what I do is I'll show you my little trick. Is I see that venting, I can put that venting in the window, and then I have my hash making machine on a stand in here, or not hash making machine, but the washing machine. So when I turn the ventilation on that tent, it'll cycle air from outside, which during the winter time where I live up in Canada today, it gets fucking cold. So it'll be minus 20 Celsius, minus 30 Celsius some nights in December, January, February. So
fucking brilliant, dude.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Cold.
My little hash fucking making hut.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It
I was
works out.
actually
You know.
gonna start
First
my
one.
feet. What?
Yeah.
17 people talked at once. I was just saying,
I
finally found out the cold tent.
bought a nice insulated ice fishing hut, little pop-up ice fishing hut, and it'll fit down here too, and it's insulated, so I could do that. Put the ventilation, the window, you know, the windows Velcro out of that ice hut thing, so I could actually bring it down here and turn it into a nice hash making hut too. Get a production going. I've got jars of frozen bubble hash in the freezer. I just don't. I'm running out of room and ways to fucking do shit with it. And I just find when I press the bubble hash, it just comes out dark and it's just got the flavor I'm not really into. I don't have the means.
Moisture.
I'm not sure. It's just without the freeze dryer. Yeah, it's just you can't reach that retention of terpenes that you're going for, so that you have the quality that you really enjoy smoking. I find the as far as I can take it with the equipment I have is the best. It's the best of both worlds. It still has a little bit of flavor. It still works as a good medicine. If I press it from where it is now, it turns into something I don't really desire to smoke at all.
What
So it takes away
temperature?
that whole edge of.
What temperature do you press it at?
I've tried everything from like 160 up to 190, 200. I prefer the lower temps, but you get less return. And the press I have right now is suboptimal. It's a little hand crank one.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so I work at a nice machine shop. We do like aerospace fucking tooling and shit. So I have the means to modify that. I just haven't really broken the ice enough yet to bring it in and put it on my workbench and have people ask me what it is. So, although all my coffee cups have the G-Bay Genetics logo and shit on it. Like, I've got these stickers and shit on my toolbox and stuff. People know what I'm about, but I really don't want to bring a rosin press in quite yet. So, we'll see. We'll work on that. Because I want to get it.
Open doors. You can have a conversation with somebody. Like,
True.
that's how I make
Like,
the medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like me though. They're all super clean cut hairdos and golf shirts and shit. So it's a little
That's
a
what
little
he's saying.
different. Yeah.
A bunch of profits
That's what
now.
That's what he's saying.
Bunch of profits. I
Bunch
wish
of
I had a bunch of profits rolling around my shop. Fuck, that'd be fun.
We need a profit doll, action figure doll. No, it's not. There's nothing action
Bobblehead.
figure. It's just a
Voodoo doll.
profit.
My body, wherever I
Bobblehead.
go.
More like a
he
voodoo
knows
doll.
my
Yeah,
profit.
definitely a bobblehead.
Where is
Whoever's-
that guy? God damn it.
So,
Love your
has
profit.
anyone grown pineapple wine from Irie Genetics? I just fucking ordered a 10-pack, so it's coming.
No, I've got some Blueberry Butcher and some that Jack the Ripper.
Okay, nice. Yeah, they didn't have much selection for Canada. I just figured, fuck it, whatever. I'm online now. I was ordering some recharge. I figured I'd buy a 10-pack. Regular seeds, which I like. I don't like. Feminize is great, but I like regulars because I grow most of my stock, we'll say, in the summertime, and now I can just do like R&D and fucking around. So to have a nice set of regular seeds from Irie, that's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna do. I'll be looking for the males out of that pack for sure. It's Cactus Cooler Cross Arise. So Arise being his stud, which is awesome. Those are good genetics there. And then the Cactus Cooler is like a tropical, fruity kind of sativa sort of thing. So that's a bonus too. I'm like Irie Jeff. I like to, when I smoke, I like to be confused and shit for a bit and, you know, have my arm hairs tickle and wonder what the fuck's going on for a few minutes.
That Stranger Danger from You Motherfucking Hog was Lemon Jeffrey crossed with Scarlet Begonias.
Yeah.
And that was a straight head buzzer. What's going on?
Yeah, my Mercury Rising, I got a seed pack from when I signed up with these guys from Best Coast Genetics. Mercury Rising. It's a couple different really good lines crossed. And holy shit, that stuff scrambles together. Like even the weed, my wife can't smoke it after like 6 p.m. She's like, when I smoke that weed, I instantly have somewhere to go that I don't have to be at. Like she's like, I feel like I have to be somewhere that I don't, like, that paranoia, anxiety feeling. And I made some live resin the other week. And when I do dabs of that, same fucking thing. I got shit to do that I don't even have to do, and I'm paranoid and fucking. I kind of like it, but you don't want to smoke that and then have to like go do anything or be somewhere. Yeah, you want to be in your comfort zone.
You should be able to tell the arise out of that cross because when you stem rub it, it should smell like fucking feet, barf, fucking just.
Nice. I'm into that dank terpy nastiness. Like I said, I haven't grown any Irie before. Just it was kind of a cost limit. Plus, I already have a few seeds to pick from, right? I don't really need to buy more seeds. I shouldn't have bought them, but whatever. I've been following them for so long, and it's time. Time has come, and the 4 that were available, it was Pineapple Wine, Firefly, Prana, and fuck, I forget what the other one was, but the Pineapple Wine really spoke to me with the flavors because everything else was kind of sandalwoody or earthy, musky sort of stuff. And when this one was like a fermented fruit and red wine sort of flavored. So that's fucking right up my alley right there. I love that kind of shit.
I might have to get something out to you, G-Bay. I've got a bit of his stuff right now. Papa Z sent me up a bunch, and then I bought some. Send you some more. We'll talk in Discord DMs or something like that.
Yeah.
Depending on if you're interested in breeding projects and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Different discussions.
Well, I'll get you a list from the tickle trunk too. So if there's anything in there that. Hey Spartan. Hey buddy.
Spartan.
Great to see you, brother.
Good to see you guys
Spartan,
too,
man.
When I don't flip my pages here, I gotta get back on chat here. What's going on? There we
That's
go.
what I was doing. I was lost in chat.
Ganja. Who else am I missing? Oh, Free the Roaches. That's fucking. I was. Same. Tricked me. Got me.
Ganja, pretty quiet here.
There, I'm up to date now.
Sorry, just taking it all in. Cheers, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
That's what she said. I can't believe I had to say that.
Uncle Rick's not sharp tonight, Spartan. He's a little tired, under the weather, maybe. It's not on top of that game.
I'm all storied out. I'm sorry.
So you need to eat a shroom then.
Or 2.
Oh, speaking of shrooms, if I could maybe throw a cheap plug in for this Wednesday night, we've got who we got? Abolish Mycology, Red Setter Farms, and BC Mycology. So we're gonna have a little chat about shrooms.
Gonna be a great time.
Yeah,
Has,
it should be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a great show.
Have any of the provinces or territories in Canada legalized the cultivation? I haven't really paid
No.
attention. So, okay. So it's still like back in the day, you got to get the kit from the back of the magazine kind of thing.
Yeah, the kits are pretty much available. It's the spores that are a little trickier, but you can go online and you can find them.
So the
Yeah,
spores
So
are
same as it's been since the 90s pretty well.
here in the States, you can get the bags are fine. There's nothing wrong there. And spores are completely legal. It's just and you can grow them. It's just illegal to pick them.
Ah.
That's where they get you. What if you just eat it right off the block?
Well,
So
I
they're
mean,
trying.
I mean, if you're an entrepreneuring person, you could get a mushroom bag and you could let the mycelium colonate the whole thing and sell a mycelium bag to somebody, and it's completely legal.
Yep.
All they gotta do is cut a hole in it and then let it fruit.
Ah.
So I'm not interested in having a whole bunch, but it'd be nice to have a little, like, check it out. But I don't want to. I'm not dealing with all that shit.
Oh, there
It'll
you got
come around soon.
the spores
Not
right there.
Not even all that shit.
You're on mute.
Got a
there.
new 4-pack of B. I got PES Amazonian, Maza Patek, and Golden Teachers.
Those are actually my
Bucks.
favorite. Golden teachers are my favorite.
Easy to grow too, right?
Yeah.
That's what I hear. That's why I'm interested in it, but
Yeah, golden
not
tickets are
so easy to obtain up here, I guess.
Got two strains
wasn't
of
neat. I wanted to take a
warm,
picture, but I
double
didn't.
potency. It's super
I didn't get a
potent.
chance to take a picture of it. When I was out hunting, I was stuck. Well, not stuck, but I was hunkered in between these two dead fallen trees, and I'd kicked up some of the leaves where I'd been sitting all day. And I started to follow and push around and look around, and fuck, it was never cool, man. Just looking
LBMs
at all
everywhere.
the
Little brown mushrooms. I
man.
love it.
little white mushrooms poking up. It seemed like you would never have seen them if you didn't move 2 or 3 inches of dead leaves and humus or whatever. It was like, wow, this is fucking neat. So I could probably be sitting there gapped out on a fucking mushroom deer walking right by.
Should have grabbed a handful of that shit that you moved aside and brought that home with you, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, Gabe. Like starting up some type of thing. No, it's only about an hour from my house where I was. I'm gonna be going back. It's crown land, like public land, so it's a cool spot.
Yeah, but that's good. Just the microbes that you would have brought home with you, you got thrown into a compost pile or thrown it into your own, if you're brave enough, throwing it into your own garden, your own cannabis garden, and they would have been.
Yeah, who knows? Kick off some weird fucking fungal bacteria infestation.
I do crazy shit like that, man. If I go in the forest, I'll just grab a fucking handful of shit, throw it in my compost pile out back. My vegetable garden too. They fucking love it, man.
Some stuff works real well for sure.
Hey, Spartan, did you hear? I don't know if you were here earlier when I said I got a bag from Fluffs of worms.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fucking cool.
He was
And a
like,
Crown
I
Royal
wonder.
bag too.
He's like, I wonder if my worms are badass enough to get to you that way. So he sent me some worms, and yeah, I got them
They made
good.
it?
Yeah, they
Sweet.
made it. They're pretty healthy too. You know, they're a little tired and cold.
This would be the
but-
time of year to do it when it's colder. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked. Get the worm bin back.
I actually don't have a worm bin going right now. I just took that responsibility away from myself and I let them live outside in my fucking compost pile. So my worm bin is my giant compost pile out back.
That's it. Because I mean, really, you have to have a worm bin inside if you really want to use it indoors. So it's like such a pain. I've got one, but it's just a small one.
Yeah, I had a small one inside, and it's just like it was just one more thing, and it wasn't of my things I had to take care of. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna reduce my things that I have to take care of during the day. So that
I want to
was
see
one.
if I can keep it alive longer than 2
Plus,
months.
it becomes a vector for your pests.
Well, I can
You gotta be
get the
careful.
same result outside with it, and
Yeah.
just not as fast. It's just gonna be slower, but that's fine.
See, I don't know if any of you guys have been following along at all with the Mendo Breath re-veg that I've been doing. I went and got a plant from a buddy that he grew it outdoors, and he grew it in an old school big like galvanized steel wash tub, kind of like a horse trough fucking sort of thing, right? What had happened was I got this really good cut, and the original guy went to the Dead and Co tour down in the States. His garden died. The Mendo cut died. I phoned the one friend I gave a clone to. He still had it alive, hadn't harvested yet. I said, when you harvest it, don't kill it. Harvest it off the branches and leave me the stubs. So he did that. I brought it home. Anyways, getting to where I'm at is the worm casting thing. So this bin's been sitting on top of a towel in my 4x8 grow tent for, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks or more now. I haven't moved it off the towel. I need to. It's heavy as shit. It's re-vegging. It's almost clonable now. Whatever. I had to move it the other day for whatever reason. Well, I guess there's holes in the bottom somewhere. Whatever's happening. I lifted it up. It's a layer of worm castings and baby worms. Like it wasn't dirt. It was that not dry, but granular, dark black.
Yeah,
And
that's
little
the good
baby
shit.
worms and medium-sized worms and shit in there, and I'm like, I just fucking put it back over top of everything. It was like, fuck, you know what? I'm just gonna let that fucking do its thing. That was awesome.
You could, yeah, that's your good castings right there. And you could even scoop up some of those worms and start. You could split it and start another. Like if you start another box, then you could split it with some of those young
Yeah.
worms. Get them.
Well,
going
as soon
into
as
the
I
box.
get the clones off it, I'll have it's probably a good 25-gallon chunk of dirt now And I guarantee the bottom, because the whole bottom was just casting. There was no dirt under it. It was all just casting. So even inside the bin, because like I said, there's got to be holes, pits, or rusted out spots or whatever. I'm not sure. It's a metal fucking tub.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, there's going to be some really good stuff in there once I get that plant cloned and
Yeah, just get you
move
some like some real fine mesh screen or something. Not real fine, like landscaping fabric they call it, but it looks like a wire mesh.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just use that to filter that stuff through. Just put it over like a wheelbarrow or something, and then shovel that shit through that screen and push it through the screen. And it's gonna be
Yep.
the best fucking worm castings, man. It's gonna be nice, and it'll filter out the big chunks of shit, so the stuff that
Yeah.
hasn't all completely.
Well, I'd never
That is what
seen
it
that
is.
before. It was just kind of neat. Like I picked it up and I was figuring, I thought I was gonna have mold and shit under there because it's put on a soggy towel, sitting like a metal tub on a soggy towel for fucking a month. Like, not the best scenario, right?
No, not the best.
Fucking heaved it out of the tent, and I looked down, and it's just a big brown square the size of the container. It was worms and fucking it's just all dark black castings. I just put the thing right back on top.
So what are you gonna do when it eats through the whole fucking bin?
What's that?
Did it eat through the bin? Did it through the bottom
Yeah,
of
I
the bin?
guess so. Like, yeah, I think the very bottom of the bin's got pits or somehow they're
Oh, and they
transferring
just
from the
squid through there. Oh, I see what you're saying. So they're in
Yeah,
between
so
the
I-
bin and the towel then.
yeah. So I just left it, and I have switched the towel out since, and I just shook all the castings and worms back on top of and
The
they
worm
all
bin?
eventually went back in. And
Yeah, yep.
I'm not gonna be done with it soon. I couldn't leave that one towel in there. It was gonna cause it was
Yeah,
gonna
they've been a
get
mess.
Yeah, so it hadn't yet, but it was.
Those would be some good castings, man.
Yeah, my tent right now is like a research and development genetics holding cell right now. It's not a grow tent right now per se. We're saving a bunch of stuff from the outdoor gardens locally here, me and a friend. So
Nice. I know a bunch of people up here they do that exclusively. They don't consider themselves really indoor gardeners because they just hold genetics over the winter months so they can grow outdoor.
I'm trying to break myself from that. I'm stuck in that, and I'm like, I've got enough equipment and stuff here. I could really make some really good high quality flour for myself. But then I have my fucking multiple dozen jars from the summer harvest. It's hard to be motivated to grow. So
That's the greatest thing about if you have the option to do the outdoor grow is that the front end it like loads all your work all together. So at the very beginning of the season, it's a lot of work when you're getting all the planting done. Then maybe in middle flowerish, it could be a really fucking pain in the ass because then you're fucking leaf stripping until the fucking harvest, and then harvest, and then trimming, tons of work. But the in between where you're not doing shit but just giving it water, that is like the best time ever. And then you're seeing these things get bigger than you. They're just fucking huge.
this summer was nice. It was first year I really got serious about trying to run automation when it comes to watering. I had no timers or anything yet, but just having a full hooked up water line system, just cheap stuff from Canadian Tire with the Ys and manifolds and off-on valves and stuff. I was able to get soaker hoses across all 8 of my large in-ground plants. So when I wanted to water, I walked out and went, and then it watered.
Yeah, man, I did that for my
It
vegetables
made
this
it
year.
way too
So
fucking
happy.
easy. It's like,
Dude, I did the opposite with my cannabis. I only had one plant out there though, but I watered it 3 or 4 times its whole life. That's it. We just got enough rain and everything else. I was just telling myself, I was like, look, I'm going to just wait until I see drooping leaves before I water this fucker. And I just hardly ever saw that.
my in-ground plants are like they're very sensitive to water because the ground I built up a subcool super soil 2 seasons ago. I'm going to do it again this summer now coming, but so the soil that the plants are in is super awesome and they retain soil really well, or retains water
Moisture.
really well. Yeah, you know what I'm fucking trying to say.
Yeah.
And it was doing well, and yeah, same idea. I think maybe 5 times at most, but like every time I went out and tested my everything, it was all wet. Everything was
Yeah.
wet. It gets so shadowed from the size of the plants too that the sun could be beaten down. And I had Dutch white clover planted thick under each plant too. So
Oh, see, I
Didn't
did the opposite approach. I mowed my grass and then collected the grass and used it as a mulch to kill everything
Okay.
underneath it. So it stayed low. I didn't want,
Yeah.
any cover crop being up there. But
I do a chop and drop. As soon as it starts to get tall, I get under there and just
always just drop it. Nice.
rip it all, tear it all up, massacre it all. But it doesn't care. It just goes through.
Yep. Yep. That's funny. Yeah, I think another thing that helped me is I planted from seed. So the one that was out there was from seed. So it had a tap root, and those tap roots shoot straight down till they find water usually. So I think that was probably the huge advantage there too.
Outdoor from seed, untrained, is the best way to grow for like lack of problems and issues and all that shit. If you want to get major harvest and major weight, you got to train it and manifold it and all that crap. But then you run into problems where it's just a big clusterfuck of leaves and branches
Yeah.
and stuff. Every time I grow a from seed plant, and I only maybe top it once or something, those
Yep.
are the best ones. The Christmas tree shaped ones are the best. They have the least amount of problems. They're naturally designed to water themselves. Like when the rain hits, it just goes down all the leaves and hits the outer ring kind of
Pushes
thing.
it out. Yep.
And yeah, the airflow is great because there's only one, you got your apical dominant and it goes down like a Christmas tree and everything's able to get the airflow. But you sacrifice up to like 4 times the less amount of harvest if you didn't top that thing and had 4 main tops on it, right? So, but if you lose it all to mold and mildew, then one top would have been better, right?
That's such a great point on the apical dominance, because outside you don't need to break because the points of light are everywhere.
Yeah.
Light comes from every
Yeah.
direction outside, whereas indoors it comes more from above.
Yeah, when you have 4
Yeah.
or 5 main colas outdoors, like the wind can't get it. They just spots
Yeah.
where there's no wind. If you only have the one, it's getting everything. So it's something I've noticed growing outdoors when I leave a plant alone from seed. It's always been the best, but the least amount of harvest probably, or not the least amount, but you're
Yep.
sacrificing weight, but you're getting a lot better assistance from nature. I guess it's symbiosis
It's easier.
works better.
Plant is happier. Cool.
But G-Bay, did you say if you're training the plant, that same plant, that you could get 3 to 4 times as much yield?
Well, as many tops, right? Like
Oh,
if you only have
Oh.
one top and untrained, if you
okay, yeah.
top it twice, you'll end up with 4 tops, right? Maybe not weight wise, but sorry, I rephrased that a little bad, but
Okay, no, I got you. I got you. No.
It really
Yeah.
it really kind of does translate to yield as well, because in my experience outdoor, a lot of the lowers are not something you're gonna even take the time
Yeah.
to trim. It's not something you're keeping. So if you do not train your plant, all right, let me rephrase that. If you train your plant, you can eliminate some of the lowers and have way more tops, which is going to translate to more yield. Because even if you got lowers, you're not going to count that as your yield because you're probably not going to use them. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah.
to me,
If you're in
it's like you're going to
garden
get way
every
more
day-
yield if you train it than you would if you just let it go straight up. For sure.
Yeah, and if you're out there every day and you're a really good gardener, like say like Spartan, if you know your shit and you're out there and you're able to take care of your plant properly, top it as many times as you want, get the biggest yield because you're out there and you're able to take care of it. Me being a novice to average gardener and being away from my garden lots, having a young family, a couple dogs, a busy lifestyle, I need the least amount of care possible given to, that benefits me the most. The least I can be around the garden, the best for me. But also I have to give and take enough to make sure that I'm still doing my part and the plant's still healthy and, the big circle of life kind of thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's the trade-off. Like what you just said, for sure. You're trading time. You're trading your time and effort and everything else. Is like there's a huge trade-off. If you want that extra yield, you don't get that.
You gotta
for
work,
free.
man.
Yeah, you gotta work for it.
All my friends, I don't really have any friends like in real life anymore because I'm either at my shop doing welding, or I'm in my garden and back in the summer, or right now I'm in here doing this kind of shit, right? So just hitting it hard, man.
What's Stony?
Not complaining, not complaining. I'm loving it.
Stony,
I'm
what
loving
are you trimming?
Oh, marijuana.
It's cannabis.
Never would have guessed.
I am trimming up this. It is platinum garlic.
Oh, nice.
I got to make room, so it's time for it to come out.
Oh, he's got the trimming glasses on. He's getting serious.
Ah, dude, I'm old, man. I can't see for shit anymore.
Dude, saying serious. This is old. I know.
These
I
are
use
usually in the
glasses, I just don't
bathroom
have it.
for me, so I can find stuff. But
No, I'm supposed to have some. I just don't. I should go get some. It's not bad enough that I have to worry or anything, but it's
You
Yeah,
need
they
it's
a,
definitely beneficial. When I do have them on, I can see things better. That's for fuck's.
I look a lot smarter though.
I need to get one. I need to
I
get it
shouldn't
for
say
the
a lot.
motorcycle for everyone's safety.
Yeah, I need some cooler ones.
I seen the picture of your bike there the other day on Instagram, Stony. Jesus, that would have been fucking fun.
Oh, it was fun, G-Bay. I had a lot of fun on that thing.
That thing
Almost
looked fast,
died.
fucking on the kickstand.
What's that?
That thing looks fast on the kickstand.
I know, it was a fucking awesome bike. And I'll tell you what, man, for that year, they were so light. They were lighter than the 600. So
Yeah. You ever ride motorcycles, Uncle Rick?
oh yeah, yeah. Got myself in enough trouble with them. Yeah.
Yeah, so you hung the keys up on those.
The first one, well, yeah, it's smashed my face up pretty good on. The second one, I was pretty much inebriated and stole Buddy's bike and smashed it up. And then the third one, yeah, I thought I'd try it one more time. To get it out of my system.
That's kind of like your wives, Rick. That's hilarious.
Brought in, yeah,
three is not your magic
three.
number, Rick.
Three's the
rule
magic number.
Yeah.
Stop at 2, Rick.
And
Stop
so
at
I
2.
was
That's your
involved in
magic
an
number.
accident within a week of buying that one. So that was my career in motorcycles. Yeah.
Yeah, I rode my first one off too. I had a Suzuki Katana. It's like a sort of sport bike, sort of whatever. Not too bad, but hit
More
some
comfortable.
sand coming up some railroad tracks and put her down sideways and fucking see you later. That was that. Yep. Wife doesn't like me
Yeah, you
having
know
one. I
what?
told her this one was a dirt bike, but sort of is kind of.
That's on my list, man. I'm thinking about one of these days. I'd like to get a dirt bike. I got the bug again to
Get
go
the
ride.
Enduro.
I can't do.
Then you can
I just can't get back on the streets again. I mean, I've rode after my accident.
people are
but,
crazy.
But when that chick
Exactly.
cut me off, dude, she turned right in front of me and I was doing 50 miles an hour. I was going faster, actually. I was doing 50 and then punched it because I tried to get through the intersection to be nice to let her go before, the light changed. And she's, fuck it, I'm going.
Okay, you know.
So
Yeah, I
I
drive-
the throttle. So
I drive
probably-
like I'm playing asteroids, man. Everything can kill me. People I say I drive like an asshole. I'm like, I'd rather be an alive asshole than a dead fucking nice guy.
You know what? You know what? I did too, but this was funny. This was at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going to work, so it wasn't like, crazy traffic or anything. She was in the left-hand turn lane, just sitting there with their turn signal on. I was coming through the intersection. As I'm just hitting the line to get across into the intersection, the light changed yellow and she went and then stopped. And then as soon as she stopped, I'm like, oh shit. And I cracked the throttle then so I could zip through real fast to let her get through. And she just kept going. And then I did the old sideways thing. I avoid hitting her car, luckily. How I did it, I don't know, but it launched me like I don't know, the guy said I was about 8 feet in the air. It's just like a fucking catapult, man. And he goes, you were fucking moving. I
Glad
slid
you're
down
here.
about 150 yards on my fucking hands and knees. My head was all, well, that's why I look now. Most of it was due to that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, if I was gonna ride a street bike again, yeah, I'd want to put it on the I'd put it on the track, you know. And I looked into all that, but the amount of money it costs just for the bike, and then all the shit to go with it, all the gear, you have to have it, and then you're paying for the track fees. It's big money, man, to fucking go just fuck around on a motorcycle, you know. So
What's going on there?
dirt bikes. I got farms everywhere here.
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, that's why I got the supermoto, just because I buy dirt tires for it. I can ride it around like a dirt bike, and then I slap the other tires on it, and it's a actuator bike with street tires on it. Just it's not that great for highways. You hit the highway and you kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of these electric things, you know. At first I kind of thought it was a joke, and then I'm gonna say in a few more years, man, it's what you're gonna see. Most everybody's gonna be riding those things around because the power's now. There's no waiting to rev it up. So skill set's gonna change, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny watching people jump on even these little scooters and stuff. Boom, and then fuck, they just crack the throttle and they're fucking.
I watched downtown Chicago 3 years ago, man, as they unloaded a van full of them things right in front of the building that we were building. That sounded funny. And of course, at break time, we had to fucking all go out there and see what the fuck that was all about. And there we are. We're all up there downloading the apps and fucking putting money into it. And sure as shit, like you said, the first guy jumped on it, man, on his fucking ass. Thank God he had his hard hat on because he whacked his fucking head. And the hard hat saved him. So, yeah, so we learned immediately those things weren't fucking just a toy. And those things cooked out at 25 miles an hour. They do the speed limit because you could ride them on the street, you know, so it has to do the speed limit.
It's crazy. Well, I'm going to jump out, guys. I'm heading back to work at 6 a.m. Finish off my fucking week. So I'm going to go crawl in bed. Try to sleep.
Good to see you, buddy.
Have a good night.
Thanks for,
Yeah.
thanks for coming
Big
over,
hat,
G
full,
Bay.
and sleepy sleepies. I'll see you all in chat on Sunday morning.
Have a good
No,
night.
it's the door
Good
for
talking
me
to you,
to
buddy.
take away. I was about to jump out myself. I'm kind of shook up right now. I need to find something to do. Tara offered to take over the hosting duties, or we can shut it down. What do you guys figure?
I'm going to say goodnight.
Yeah, I think I am too. I'm so wiped from not taking RSO. I'm like a zombie right now.
I hope that works out for you.
If I don't sleep tonight, like something's seriously wrong because
Hey, could you maybe tell Spartan your situation? Maybe he's got some advice for you.
yeah, sure. Okay, so I've been taking RSO for quite a while, and I got up to like about 0.5 gram. And then recently, it's like taking longer to kick in for some reason. And then I'm not waking up in the morning. So like I've tried taking it a little earlier, but I can't take it too early because if I have to like get up and go somewhere or something. And so I decided just to like cut it out completely and get my tolerance a little lower again. I thought maybe that was what I needed to do, but I'm not kidding you. I'm like fucking exhausted and I still can't sleep.
So
So
I would
I'm not
use,
really sure.
yeah, so I do two things. Well, yeah, a couple things. So I would, for one, I would try to, it seems like you're not, your digesting is a little bit slow on it. So I would try to mix it with some coconut oil or MCT oil, and then also mix in a little bit of lecithin. Hopefully you can get sunflower lecithin over soy. I'm not
Yeah,
a big fan of the
I
soy.
can, yeah.
Okay, that'll help that'll help it kind of like bind and combine with the oil itself, and then the oil will help it help you digest it a little bit faster, and then a little bit faster, so it kind of goes through your system. So maybe you can
That's
wake up
what
in
I
the morning.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
exactly what I need.
that's what I would try. And
Okay,
you know,
cool.
you already said back it up. So I mean, that's my other advice would have been, but you've already said that. And then my only other thing would have been was to target like if you can target a specific cannabinoid CBN, it will help you sleep. But I don't know if it's going to help you. I don't know about waking you up. You just still have to
I know. Oh my
target that
gosh, I've been, like,
digestion. So like, even if you, I mean, it might not sound, do you drink a lot of caffeine?
I do, but like I do try to cut it out early in the day, unless like I know I have to stay up late, then I'll sometimes have one like 4-ish, 5-ish, but
On those days, on the days where you take a 4-ish, 5-ish, do you notice a difference, whether better, worse, the same?
yeah, I do notice a bit of a difference. I find so that would work. Yeah, I do. Like caffeine just in general will make me not tired. So I think it isn't as effective for sure.
I was going to actually recommend a little caffeine because it does increase your metabolism too.
It does, but
That's
I
why I was
think
wondering if you took it later. Yeah, it's gonna stimulate you still
I
also.
think
might
it
keep you
will.
awake.
Yeah, yeah. But I will try that because that may be the solution right there. Like
I was
joke,
gonna
I
tell
feel
you.
shit right now. Like this is the second day, and like I can't even think properly today. Somebody was like, "Hey, you did this earlier," and I was like, "What? I don't remember doing that at all." But it's because I'm like half a fucking sleep.
If you have a day off or a week off and you can just sleep however you want to fucking sleep, how do you find yourself sleeping? Do you find yourself sleeping the same hours, or do you take naps and you might sleep 2 or 3 times?
Yeah,
Or-
I am. So that's my problem is like the best solution for me. I only sleep like tops 4 hours at a time. So usually I do need a fucking nap. And I'm fine if I have like 2 chunks of sleep like that, but clearly you can't do that when you work. So
Right.
I'm a little fucked.
Yeah, that
Hey,
sucks.
that RSO thing. So here's the deal, right? So if I don't drink something hot and I try to take that shit, it doesn't work.
Really?
I mean, it'll work, but it's fucking weak. You know, edibles hardly work. But if I drink hot coffee or if I drink hot chocolate, anything hot, it works. It hammers.
Really?
And
that would make-
actually, Shredder
Meaning next time I'm at your house.
Shredder
So that makes
said it
sense
in
to me.
chat, reminded me about it.
Yeah, that would make sense to me because that would be a digestion thing. So that heat is going to make that oil break down easier, like in your like surface area. I mean, like it's going to be not one big glob. It's going to spread out and it's going to be able to be broken down by your stomach faster. So that makes
Right.
a lot of sense to me why that would work. So that would be
Well,
another drink some hot
You
tea
and I
before you go to
talked
bed.
about this a while ago on one of these. I think it was on this show, and I was talking about I could drink a gallon of these fucking things all day long, and I'm fine. You give me one small cup of hot coffee, and I'm fucking like this. My heart's fucking fluttering,
It's just the
and
heat.
it's from the heat. it's from the heat. So I kind of thought about that, and then we were talking about it. I said, you know what, I'm going to try that. I'm going to experiment with your RSO because I've tried it just straight up, and it worked. And then I took it with hot coffee, and then forget it, man. Wipe me right the fuck out. So I was like, thank God, you know. I mean,
have you tried it
when I
with an
tell
edible
people-
too? That would have been
What's
cool.
that?
like-
Yeah, it works with edibles too. Oh yeah, the
Sweet.
dicks. Oh, I love them, man, because they taste so good.
Love the dicks, huh? Is that what you're
Oh
telling
God, I
me?
love dicks. And I ain't afraid to say it either. I'll shout him out all day long. I love that dick.
Hey, I just wanted to
Uh,
welcome High and Tight to the party.
Yeah. hi,
What's up, guys?
Welcome, buddy. Good to
What's up,
see you,
buddy?
man.
Ice Martin, Thunder Dan, Stony, Uncle Rick, everybody else. How y'all
Good
doing?
to see you. Good to see you, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on here.
Hey Frank, I just wanted to, sorry, man.
I don't care.
Hey, just wanted to let you know I used to wear one of those bandanas too.
Oh yeah. Are you trying to like foreshadow me?
No, I'm just trying to warn.
Just lots, bro. They're not
forewarn
going
you,
anywhere.
It's forewarning. I said the same thing.
Funny.
I
Going
love it.
nowhere.
So what's happening, brother? How you been?
Not bad, man. Getting the new tent set up. Got some bubble hash in the works. Full practice runs. Thanks to Thunder Dan, Ziggy's Gardens, Kingfisher for coming over and helping out. It's fucking, it's a whole fucking rabbit hole in its own, and I didn't think I was ready for it.
What's that?
Like just pressing
Oh,
bubble hash, like the press itself. So we got the Nug Smasher Mini. I'm like, all right, cool. We only need to press about like 3.5 grams at a time. That's all right. And then we press some, and then it's just not enough. What the fuck? Did we fuck up? Where did we fuck up at? Let's try a different temperature. Let's try more stuff. Luckily, Thunderdan had this little owl jar filled with dry sift to be able to have us be able to do some practice runs.
Okay, guys, I gotta jump off. I'm like exhausted. I'm very zony and
yeah. Good to
have
see
an
you.
awesome night. Thank you, Spartan, for that info.
Good night.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good night,
Good
and goddess.
night.
Good night.
Yeah. I gotta say good night myself. Good to
Good
see
night,
everybody in
Uncle
chat
Rick.
panel.
Have a good night, Rick.
Good to see everybody.
Night.
Have a good night, Uncle Rick.
Night,
Yeah, I
Rick.
just noticed this thing said Uncle Rick today. Does it always say Uncle Rick? Or does he have just be, or was it something buds?
Let's be
Let's be
buds.
buds.
Let's be buds.
I don't know. He
finally
changes all the
figured it
time
out.
now. It's hard to follow. I think just in his Zoom thing, it's marked as Uncle Rick, but
Oh,
if
okay.
he's in YouTube, it's Let's Be Buds.
That makes sense. I'm half distracted because I just got an email from the MRA. This is some juicy stuff. They're talking about the recall, see, because they got sued in court by the lab that they recalled product on, and it's
No
looking,
shit.
yeah. Well, that they had a preliminary injunction, and which means it's like an emergency meeting with the court, trying to get the court to act to stop the recall because it's, according to the lab, it's an unjust recall and it's very financially, it's going to make them close. I mean, they testified, I watched some of the testimony. They testified that they only have enough money right now to run for 2 more months and nobody's paying them because the MRA has had them shut down. Well, the MRA shut them down, but then they said they can test again. But now who's going to fucking their right mind is going to use them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that happens. So
Yeah,
So I,
they're just,
apparently,
like,
actually, I got to read it.
reputational,
I got to read what the fucking bulletin is first to really give you all of the facts. But what it appeared happened today was the court decided to. There's 2 locations of this testing facility. There's one, I believe, in the Thumb of Michigan area, which is the north location, and there's one in Lansing. And the ruling that came out today was that the recall from everything, all the product that was on the North location was deemed to be wrong. Like they said that should be all fine. So they sided on the side of the labs for that one, but they didn't say, they said it still need more evidence. So they're going to push it to another hearing for the Lansing one or whatever. They didn't, that one's still under recall, but I can't get this fucking thing to come up to read the actual. Oh, they make me download a PDF to read it. This is stupid.
What the fuck? I don't know, man. I feel like if there's not one thing, there's always another thing going on up there. Oh, by the
Oh, yeah,
way,
here it goes. Yeah, pursuant to the court's order, effective immediately, the recall as it pertains to, I can't say that lab name, Veritas North has been enjoined, which means that they recalled the recall. The MRA is required to comply with this order. Therefore, the MRA will release the administrative holds on all products tested by Veritas North that were included in the recall. This includes any products that have been subsequently retested, regardless of whether those retesting results were passing or failing. Holy shit. Regardless of if they failed, they're going to still release it? Wow. Sorry, guys. I was just a little excited about that.
oh no, you're fine. Hey Terry, mind if you switch the view to panel view?
It is panel view for me.
Is it?
All right. Gallery. Oh, no, mine's in gallery. I'm sorry.
Boom. Let's see.
Yeah, on YouTube, it's speaker view. So whoever's speaking is
Speaker view.
that gets confusing for the YouTube crowd.
Oh, I see what
Oh,
you're
my
saying. So yeah, you need a host to change it to whatever. I'm not a host. I've never been a host in any of these shows, so I can't help you there.
Never been a host, don't want to be a host. I'm just here.
This is a new
to
drive
hang
for
out.
me, so I'm.
Anyways,
Do you want to send it over? I can try.
so
I
I'm
was
running
gonna
some
say,
Thunder
that's why-
Dance.
Go ahead.
So I'm running some Thunder Dance testers. And let's talk about this story real quick, guys, because this motherfucker comes over. He's like, "You're treating my grandbabies wrong." I'm like, "I'm sorry." I'm using the Earth box for the very first time, right? I had the cover on it. Finally took it off and realized that the medium is really fucking dry on the top. I totally forgot to soak it through when I filled it up. Needless to say, I was standing there for at least 15 minutes just soaking the medium in both Earth boxes while Thunder Dance just standing there like, "My grandbabies, they are crying. They're screaming at me." And this Southern twang, right? And I loved every piece of it, man, because today I'm looking at them like, you know what? You're right. They
How
look
they
a
looking?
lot better today.
I was just gonna say.
They look a lot better today.
Did you send them pictures, make them feel better?
I just text them, man. I'm not gonna.
I'd send them a picture, man. That's had been heartbreaking. I can only imagine having to see that.
It was interesting. He's like the whole new level of test running. I'm like, I'm survival of the fittest, man. Let's go. All right, I'm sorry, Dan.
So
Go ahead.
I was able to. Oh yeah, go ahead, Dan, because I was going to get into that varieties bullshit, and I'll probably talk for a minute when I start talking about that.
No, I was just gonna say about what you were saying, Spartan. That's why I'm for decriminalization and not legalization. Like, make it fucking potatoes, man. Stop trying to put your fucking hands in my jar. I don't fucking like that shit. I don't give a fuck. And I mean, it's just like that's their problem is they want to recall call, shut businesses, close businesses, open businesses, let you have a license, take your license, sell it to this motherfucker. It's just it's garbage. I hate it. All the way
Yeah,
across
man.
the board, man. That's all I was gonna say. But back to what he just doesn't water his fucking plants. Dry farming. Frank is dry farming an earth box.
Hey, that's a stress technique to get higher THC numbers, man. It's been proven.
I'm just starting it from seedling.
Hey, you're just testing it out, man. You're making sure it's strong from the get-go.
One of them definitely struggling.
Hey, man, if you want to build big muscles, you got to tear some muscles. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, but you don't do it on a sprout. You do that later on. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it right out of the seed, man. You know,
Yeah, you're right. It's probably better to do that a little bit later on.
Noted.
But yeah, I stumbled across a YouTube video of the court that has, because of all this COVID stuff, they have to be public, you know, whatever they call them, hearings or whatever they are. And so for them to be public, they have to put them on YouTube, which is awesome. And so, because you can watch them later, because they have all this shit when you're at work. But anyhow, I was watching some of the testimony, and the MRA, which is the regulatory, this is the government here, was looking pretty goddamn bad in the one I was watching, because they had their witness up, which was their chief scientist / legal counsel. And she was fucking super smart, and it was really cool. You could tell that she had some she was also legal experienced, because the lawyer that was asking her questions, trying to get her to say certain things, you know, it was kind of interesting just to hear the verbal sparring, you know what I mean? You know, you're not gonna get me to say that, you know, that was kind of cool. But besides the facts, so they basically got her nailed down. Like they said, what was the reason for the recall? Basically, tell us what was the reason for the recall, right? And at first she said, I'm not the decision maker. And then, long story short, after tons of questioning, it comes out that she was in some of the meetings, and they asked her input. And so he had to ask her the question, in your opinion, what was the reasons for the recall? And so she said that the reasons that she recommended the recall was for aspergillus, fears of aspergillus. And because that the guys to the customer, you know, and you're immune compromised, it could harm you. So she said two reasons. It was that, and it was aspergillus, and then the other one, I'm sorry, was when they went and did an inspection or something, they found that they weren't keeping the proper logs on their incubation logs on. So when they're doing a microbial test, one of the tests that they'll do is they'll put a sample in incubation and just wait after so long and see if anything grows on it. You know, they make the conditions so that they would grow if it was there, you know, so they put, you know, warm temperature, moist, that kind of stuff. And they didn't have the logs, proof of keeping the logs, or whatever. So the lawyer says, okay, so you're saying that the recall, the reason you guys decided to, instead of just doing an investigation, whatever, the reason of the recall was for your fears for the public with aspergillus. And then then her wording was deviations from your SOPs. And he said, okay. So tell me, he said, what information did you find that tell you that they gave you the scare for aspergillus? Did you have test samples fail for aspergillus? She said, no. And he said, so what was the fear for aspergillus? She said it was in one of their tests, the temperature was out of whack or whatever by 1 degree. No, she didn't even say how many degrees. It was just out of whack, out of tolerance. And then he says, okay, well, does that show that was for the aspergillus? And she says, well, no, that was for molds, yeast, and mildews. And he goes, well, we're talking about aspergillus. That's what this recall is for, is what you just stated. And he says, what? Did you have a failed sample for aspergillus, or what was it that pointed you to aspergillus as being the problem? And then she said it was because of the log sheets. So it wasn't that the test failed, but that they couldn't prove that they kept the test samples in the incubation thing for long enough for it to show aspergillus. And he said, so but they're saying that they did, and you're just saying that you don't think that they did. And she's saying, yes. And he said, so when you went in there and you did all the inspections and you approved their SOPs, was that in their SOP to have those logs? And they said, no. She said, no. He said, in any of the MRA's rules, does it state that you have to have logs for that process? She said, no. And he said, then how did they deviate from their SOP? She says, it's implied that you would just keep a log to keep track of that. So that was the crux of their whole defense, was we recalled the biggest recall in the state's history. I don't know how many they named it in this complaint, but I can't remember the numbers. There's a giant number, hundreds of millions of dollars of product over a regulatory company coming into a lab and saying, we think you should have a log that isn't in any of our rules. And it's just assumed that you would keep amongst us. We would assume that you would keep it, but now you don't have it. So we're going to make you recall everything for the last 3 months from both your locations, even though we're just standing in this location right now. Oh my God, man. That's crazy to me. Cause I mean, they could legitimately, the regulatory company could put a business out of business with over like, that scares me working in the industry. It scares me that they could say, you know, whatever rule, I can't even think of it. They could think of whatever rule that we should do that we're not doing. And then they could do an inspection, which they do randomly, and just come in and shut us down because we weren't following this rule that we didn't even know there was a rule. It's scary. So
This
I've
is
been
where the
watching this because of
politicians
that.
becomes a bullshit. It's like politicians just poison the fucking bullshit. Like all this shit you guys are going through. I feel for you guys in Michigan right now. You're dealing with two parties that are fighting over all this bullshit, coming up with all these rules, and some of them are backing. You know, it's a war, and it's just, you know, the people have spoken in Michigan, and now they just need to fucking heed instead of keep trying to make ways of making money off the plant. And that's what they keep doing. It's sad, frustrating.
It's kind of a good thing that the lab sued the regulatory company, even though the government has pretty much immunity, I think, because it's gonna, you know, there's gonna be news stories about this, and it's gonna bring to light that give us a fucking standard. We don't even have a standard between labs. You know, one lab can test one way, the other lab can test the other way. That was another thing they were talking about in this proceedings, talking about proprietary testing techniques. And I'm thinking, how could there be a proprietary testing technique? What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Proprietary, everybody should know the testing. Everybody should be doing the same testing. There shouldn't be a proprietary testing technique. That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, be thankful you're not out by bees, who's got to deal with the bullshit laws that they've got out there, where if you live within 25 miles of a dispensary, you can't grow.
That's Vegas. Sounds like Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. But sadly, they're systematically putting these damn, you know, they're putting dispensaries everywhere to keep it growing from happening, you know?
Right.
So
yeah,
your rights are being taken
you can
away.
still get, I think you still can grow if you have a medical card there, but that's the only way.
Yep.
If you're that close to a dispensary. Yep. Which they'll try to take away. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do here. You know, they'll trying to take away the medical system now.
New York did what we did, basically. They copied our legislation, but the differences they did, which was kind of wild, is they went with, so the only differences are really kind of like you can consume in public, and you can have like an exorbitant amount of flour. Actually, they don't even quantify what, or they don't even characterize flour versus, you know, what form it is, concentrate or whatever.
Oh,
And
really?
you can
Wow.
have, like, it's like 3 pounds, which here it's like, you know, 10 ounces. So they really kind of liberalized a little bit more on some of the amounts and shit.
Here in Michigan, it's you can have on your person 2.5 ounces, like driving around or on your person, I guess. But a flower. But with the recreational laws, there's a loophole. No, I don't want to say a loophole. There's provisions in the that law that says if you cultivated it in your house legally, then it doesn't matter how much you have.
If it came from that plant, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the rules I follow.
Yeah,
that's
that's become
too.
and that's technically the same here, but they're still prosecuting it because cops just want to win, and they just if you got more than that, they're gonna take you and they're gonna try to make it stick. It's kind of sad, but yeah, if you have over 10 ounces, you're probably gonna end up getting nabbed, which is ridiculous because we have that same law where if it comes from whatever you yield from your plants is yours. But somehow cops stick to the 10 ounces.
Yeah.
Sadly. Yeah.
Hey, Spartan, I don't know if you remember Jay Allen from Up in Luzerne. He brought a refrigerator tray of clones, like Dr. Grinspoon.
Yes, I do remember that now.
Day 106.
106.
Yes.
Wow, man.
Look at that.
It looks like it could go more.
It's gonna go more.
Does it go how long? Like 2 years?
Probably.
Yeah.
It doesn't even barely look like it's even fucking ready to stop. It's still got white hairs. It's foxtailing.
Dude, all of it's foxtails. Like you can
It's all of it.
braid foxtails and then wrap that in a paper and smoke it.
What's this? Does it give you any kind of smell or anything?
I get more of like a spice to it. Thunder Dam, what do you get from it?
It sounds like landrace to me.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, I'd say spicy. I don't know, kind of more like a hemp type. But I don't know.
Hazy at all? You
No.
think make like a haze kind of like? You think it could be just like really sativa?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
fucking super sativa.
he
Show
said
them the
it
knot.
was a
Show them the knot.
landrace.
He tied it in a knot at the bottom, at the base, so that it wouldn't stretch. He tied it in
Oh,
a damn,
nice.
look at that.
I had to, man.
Wrapped her up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Day
she's
100.
just getting. Wait.
I don't know, man. You hear about people having panic attack in the South, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I
Yeah,
just
you could-
threw a tester run Banana Daddy #2 with Nectar for the Gods in the mid re-veg. And then just look at these.
Oh, nice.
It's like so ugly, dude. But the
So tight. That's gonna be one big fat ass node, man. Once it's done, big old cola.
and this
It's gonna be a bitch to trim, but you'll have a big.
this
old
is
cola there.
Thunder Dance Banana Daddy 3 showing.
I don't even know
out.
what number I have, but I got one in veg right now. That's due next one to go in flower.
Isn't that a cross between the banana Etho Collins banana?
Yep.
OG? Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's Granddaddy Perp time.
And Granddaddy Perp, yeah.
Banana hammock. Banana hammock.
The banana hammock. That's right. Yeah, exactly. I had the banana hammock. That was a good seed. That's an autoflower though, right?
No, it
it's
was
a
a
photo
fem
type.
seed.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. But
You got Wooderson's
look at this.
banana OG too. It's a little different.
Your babies are doing fine today. I just wanted to reassure you.
They've been watered sufficiently for the
Yeah.
last week.
Even these empty pots that I have were watered.
He wants a video check in minimum once a
Right.
day.
Dude, these.
Well,
This one.
I'm just like, you have to give people good information. You can't say, oh, well, I took these testers he made, I popped this many lived, but you let them live in a dry condition for the first 7 days of life till it finally made a root all the way down to the reservoir. Come on, bro.
You
Them
said
7 are
test. He's
winners.
fucking. That's how you test them, man. He's really testing them.
Exactly. Those are the guys that want to have. I want someone doing shit like that because that's how you know you got a bad motherfucker. That's a taproot, though, man.
But you know
Some
it's bad.
bitch.
It's bad when you make a cross and you're excited about it, but you don't have room because you're doing too much else. And then you think, you know what? I'll give some to this guy and he can run them and I can see them. And then you see these conditions and you're like, please help them. Please help them. It's okay. It's okay. He's better
All
at
right.
watering now, you know?
So
Oh, he's gonna nail it too.
they got a little loving today, little sweet talk. Hey, pretties, how you
Oh
doing?
shit, that's extra too. Fuck.
I'm like, I hope you're all nice and moist today.
Ladies look
There you
beautiful.
go. That's probably why
And
they're all standing up.
dude, I'm telling you. So
Yeah,
Need
the
some
little
I had
Barry
to pull
White.
him out because one was laying down, you know? Like, what you
Yeah,
going,
so
a
it happened.
sideways plant? What is this?
Well, here's the thing. If it's eventually it's gonna grow straight up because it's gonna want the light. So I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's plant training.
I've seen people grow a point to where they grow the plant like horizontally in order to have all the extra stems go straight up. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's how you look at it. Oh, Spartan, real quick. You have the white one, right? So this is Higgy's, Chris's. There's a crack on this part.
In the
From the
atomizer
heat.
itself or the white
No,
part?
it's the white part where the magnet snaps it to.
Yeah.
So apparently this is the older model. Chris is actually getting a brand new one. He contacted company and they're giving him a whole brand new set. All he has to do is just send in this part. Keeps the atomizer, the magnet piece, and the glass piece. He just sends this in. So huge shout
So
out
I
to
need
Dr.
to
Gavin.
break mine.
My God, hey, look, just do one of these numbers. Just let that magnet take it every time.
I do, man. That's never had a problem yet.
Nice.
I'll just have to do that every time. Just let it fucking smash.
Speaking of, I'm
Give me a new one. Give me the new model.
time for a dab. Since it's already out.
You know about stealth mode?
Oh,
Saves your
Shit.
battery, man.
yeah, but it's Friday night. So
Oh, that's right. It is party night, right? I'm still stuck on stealth mode. It's only got the little bit of light there, and that's it.
You don't have a spare battery, man? Backup?
Dude, what are you talking about? This is not.
I don't know how
1980,
it works.
Yeah, black.
Is that that whole thing's the fucking battery? So it's
The
not like
battery's
it's
inside it,
pushed out?
bro.
yeah, the whole thing is a battery.
No.
You just recharge it. You can actually works with it plugged in too, so I can just keep rip. If I
Oh,
run
yeah,
out of
there you
battery, I
go.
just plug it in and just keep ripping.
Plug it in, let it go.
So we press.
I have seen
some
that
of
that
it.
new Peak Puffco Peak Pro. It does have some cool features on it. I was hitting that off of friends. And I thought that I can't remember what it was that I liked about it. Now that I like the fucking app they have.
Oh,
You can control
nice.
like the temperatures up and down, like fine tune the temperatures up and down with your app. And as you're hitting it, and add the time, heat time to just extend it instead of having to keep starting it every time. So those two things
Yeah.
were pretty cool.
Dude, Did you what's your timer on yours? Is it 20 seconds or 40 seconds?
I go back and forth. I got it on 20 now, but that'll irritate me before too long, and I'll put it back on 40.
Yeah, I think you just stay on 40.
Well, with you guys, there's more than one person. It makes sense. But with me, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I fucking get about 30 fucking hits when it's on for that long.
It's crazy how Dad was a long way. We actually did some practice runs, saying it earlier, but we did one press of our Garden Club mix bubble hash. So it had like Banana Daddy, Storm Shadow, fucking whatever Ziggy Gardens had, I forgot. And just a few different other strains. Today, finally pressed some of it, and it looks gross as fuck. But when you start mixing it, it's like super shiny gold. And I'm like, what?
So what's it taste like? You had to hit it.
It?
Not good. Okay.
No. Well,
But
here's
how's it
the
hit you
thing.
though? Does it hit you hard?
It
It
hits you
seems
hard.
like it'd
It
be
hits
like
you
a
nice.
Yeah, I was say it should be a full spectrum. It should at least give you a good high.
Yeah. So the taste is not as there as much as the smell, because you smell it and it smells looking good. Then the taste, you could tell it's like you might have squished a little bit too hard, but it's still good. The aftertaste, it lingers in your mouth. That's what they said. But it lingers in your mouth, and you can still taste it. And the high is just like blasting you in the face, and you just stand up, and you're like, "Well, wait a minute, let me sit back down for a second."
You stand up, but your spirit stood up, but you didn't.
No, I had the intentions of standing up. I thought I was ready to, but then I go, nah, body's not going anywhere.
When you say
So-
you feel like you may have pressed it for too long, you
Too hard,
too much
uh,
pressure.
too much pressure, yeah. Because it is a lot darker than what I thought it was going to be, but we also bagged it with only a 225 micron. So
So instead of pressing so hard, what would you do? Longer time at a lower temperature or something?
I believe this time what we would end up doing is a little bit higher temperature. No, I'm sorry. We're gonna go 170, if I remember correctly. And then we're gonna crank it down for like, let it sit in there and melt for a little bit longer.
Bottle tech or pillow tech?
I think he's doing pillow.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're not filling up the circle, the cylinders. You're filling up this looks like
Yeah,
little
we're
pillow.
making like little patties inside
Yeah,
the
okay.
bags. Yeah, so it's pillow.
Aldridge in chat's got some kick-ass little 3D printed, based on whatever bag you're using. He has these 3D printed bottles for them so that you can pack them perfectly. The guys that I find that are doing the bottle tech are squishing a pretty damn good product. Aldridge, fucking Purple, those guys, they are coming up with some blonde shit with the Irie Genetics, and it's like especially the cream and that orange gasm. They've really squished some really nice shit just by using the bottle tech, and I mean they have nice presses too. I'm sure that helps too. But talk to Aldi and have them send you a printing for your bags. Try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. I'll definitely touch base with him.
I don't know really
the
anything
idea.
about that pressing, but if you're pressing, like, I would say if you're going to go at a lower temperature, you would use more pressure versus higher temperature you would need less pressure.
Less pressure.
I mean, pressure creates heat anyways. Okay.
Right.
You're compressing, you're pushing atoms together, you're compressing all that shit. You're creating heat. That's what happens in construction when we're putting buildings in. You're putting all that weight down. You're creating heat, you know. So I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I know. Is that a rule of thumb at all? I don't know. Except from the guys at press, I have no clue. Never done it. So
Man, if I had questions on that, I would get a hold of Pedro's Grow Room. My buddy Pedro there. He's the one that's the fucking, he's into that shit like I'm into growing weeds. So that's the guy I'd talk to.
Right.
there you
Fuck,
go.
I'm still using a hairdryer.
The curling irons or whatever those guys are, the hair straight or the curly straight.
White trash hair straightener, man. It's the
Yeah.
fucking best.
With
In a
the
fucking in a
vice
C clamp.
C-clamp. There you go. That's even better. You're bougie, man. I was gonna say a
Works
pair of
well.
vice grips.
Fucking vice grips. There you go.
Just
There you
Make it even more portable.
He's got pipes on the handle for extra grip. Extra.
And you got to throw some duct tape in there too, man, for good measure, you know, to make sure.
There you go. Duct tape holds it all together, man.
Amen.
Duct tape and
I went
Windex, man. Those are two things you need in your life.
Windex.
Lifesavers, man.
I'm gonna jump out of here, guys. It's getting past my bedtime. We're at 12:20. So thanks for having me, guys.
man.
Yours
Have a
love.
good
Keep
night.
growing.
Hey, thanks, Spartan.
Take care, Spartan.
No problem.
All right, Spartan. Good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you guys too.
Keep
Have a
fighting
good one.
that fight, brother.
Oh yeah. Won't stop.
Man.
All
So
right, guys, what do you think?
I think it's about bedtime.
Yeah, I
For
think it's
me.
about that time for me.
I'm winding down, so I'm out of here if you want to be out of here.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm
good
ready.
to me.
Cheers, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Peace, y'all.
I'm out.
Much
Have a
love,
nice
all.
evening.
Have a great night.
See y'all later.
Thanks, chat. Good
Have a
night.
good one. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.